Hey everyone, welcome back, guys. It's episode 5 of the Cult of Azathoth. Azathoth.
Azathoth.
That's what he's going to introduce him. I'm going to make a villain with a lisp so that he's like, we're going to summon Azathoth. And you're like, okay, if that's who you want to summon. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, things are already getting exciting because we're about to find out if someone dies tonight.
Not me. I'm
No.
alive and well.
Is that actually true?
Not really. I'm pretty close to
Yeah.
hanging on there.
Yeah,
I think that's one of the best cliffhangers you can do is like go full like series TV show and just be like, one of the Australians died tonight.
Oh no!
And
Don't
like,
say that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be a really terrible session for Livy if she just dies at the beginning. And it's like, alright guys, I'll be here for 3 hours.
All right,
Do
see
I
you
just sit
later.
here and eat an avocado? It's fine.
But seriously, guys, we left off on quite the cliffhanger last week or 2 weeks ago, or whatever it was. 3 weeks ago, even? Maybe? Who knows?
Jesus, it was 2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, okay. Well, we had some disruptions, being traveling all over the world and stuff, but we're back and we're about to find out. So, as a recap, in case you guys forget, we ended the last session with a nice, gigantic dragon worm strolling through the streets, and feardragon's character, John Doe, wisely escapes immediately and doesn't go insane in the process. So he's Gucci. Maynard's character, Amos.
I got fucked.
Yeah, was startled, drops and loses his gun, and makes the wise decision to go into the streets. So he barely survives, but Livibee's character, Avocado, decides to try and go into the sewers, which would have been a great idea if she wasn't so close to the monster. And she gets sideswept by his tail, knocked into the sewers, and knocked unconscious, hopefully not drowning. So, if you missed it, it was a doozy. It was a doozy, guys.
You better hope no one's pooping too much. Something.
No one flushes the toilet and the water
I hope there's not
comes.
so much pooping happening.
So that's where we left off, guys. Feardragon was wise enough to get the police to finally come outside, which drove the dragon thingy off. And now we enter back into the scene. It is approximately midnight in Arkham. The streets are dark. The lights have like 2 or 3 of them are on. The other ones have been crushed or just simply not turning on for some unknown reason. And all the cops are sitting there just with their mouths open, just wondering what the hell happened. So enter scene, guys. Fear Dragon, believe you're in charge here.
You should probably come save me, Fear Dragon.
The cops. Wait, sorry, we're outside?
Yeah, you got the cops to come outside, which they then brought out their guns. You tried to take a shot at the dragon, if you remember,
Right.
and you missed. And eventually the sounds of all the gunshots drove it away.
I was trying to remember if I had told the cops about Avocado.
No, you
Okay,
haven't.
yeah, so. And I think I recall last time asking if I had any indication of where Avocado had probably been tossed into the sewers or something.
I don't really remember that. I believe we left off on the cops going to the sewer, though. Like, you guys ran back the way you came, and you saw the sewer. The manhole cover was off.
Okay.
So
Yeah, we did recover Avocado's body then.
well, you're looking down the hole now, and there she is, unconscious on the little concrete slab before you get
Put the
in the
manhole
water.
cover back over us like
Hey,
nothing.
hey, no.
Hey.
Gretchen, pick me out of
I
it.
don't know. Yeah, I point it out and tell them, like, hey, that's
Thanks, best friend.
there's no, I don't make any like relation. I just say like, hey, there's a body here. I don't want any association on this.
Wow. There's a body here.
Fair enough.
There's a body in here.
Okay.
Dead or
Maynard,
alive, not sure.
Amos is not too far away. He was in the cracks and the alleyways of the city. His pathway back is a little blocked by all the rubble that the dragon snake thingy, was trying to hit him and then just mistakenly got a couple of buildings instead. But it's possible he makes his way back to you, having heard all the gunshots. Let's go ahead and assume that is that what you do, or do you try and go off on like your own?
Is your gun still on the ground?
Well, I want to go back for my gun. It's my gun.
Okay. So Maynard
As long as
actually.
that thing's fucked off and I'm not dumb enough to be like, is it still there? You know?
The thing returns.
You actually okay. So you go up the street and you start looking for your gun again, where you think you left it. Okay, so you're gonna go do that, but meanwhile, the cops go down into the sewer and bring up Avocado. Now she is totally unconscious. Full disclosure, 10 out of 10 times usually she would be completely dead or dying at the very least, because I think she got hit once and it took away her entire hit point bar. So that's usually pretty bad, but I don't like killing you guys, so we're just going to say that you're definitely unconscious. And they're going to have to perform some first aid on you. Which luckily, even back in the 1920s, the police do know how to do. Isn't that wonderful? So, we're going to say it was delivered within 1 hour. And, okay. I'm going to have to actually roll for this, guys. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Ah, it was fine. I don't even worry about it.
Wait, what have I done my roll 20? Oh, there it is.
We're going to name this person Cop McGee.
What McGee?
Cop.
McGee?
He's a cop.
Oh, Cop McGee. Okay.
His name's Cop McGee.
I'm going to say, what's this guy's defining feature?
And let's say that he has fairly competent.
I can't wait to see how many hit points I get back. Come back with
You rolled a
back
40,
from
a
the dead with.
61.
I hate that. Oh, okay. So, the first Cop McGee goes ahead and just fails that roll. So, having badly administered first aid, he lets his superior try again.
Please pass.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
My God.
That's why. I guess that's why he's a superior.
Which does get you 1 hit point back. So you go ahead and put that on here.
Thank God, dude.
Gone from
Okay.
0 to 1. Happy days.
It's looking up now, guys.
Must be.
All right. So you are barely breathing, but you are not going to die. But yeah, you are barely breathing. So they're going to go ahead and just assume that you're going to be taken to that like hospital. You don't actually have a say. And apparently John Doe is not about to say anything else for you on behalf of you. So you're actually going to be taken to the hospital because
What's healthcare like in the 1920s?
you go to the hospital and then they shock you. Well, I don't know. It's okay.
More
My
pointing to
God.
You know, they just like take off a couple of limbs, you know, give you a swig of
Holy
alcohol to
moly.
dull the pain. I think that's how that works.
Hey, as long as I got 1 HP, I'm happy.
Okay. Well, that's what you got, right? So let's see here. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Okay, so you're gonna be taken to the hospital, and we'll go ahead and heal you up afterwards. But for let's go back to Amos Tolliver finding his gun. Now you were running the entire time, so
I also was insane at some point.
yes. I mean, you actually both of you are still technically insane. Like you rolled like for like 3
Nice.
hours or something. So I mean,
No,
Avocado
I
is
think I rolled like 6 90s. Or something like that.
Yeah, you did.
It was a bad,
There
bad
was
showing
a-
for poor old Maynard last session.
there is a 1D.
It's like a losing streak on StarCraft.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
worse than that.
Amos is not doing so hot. You rolled like a 1d10 to get like your hours insane. I don't remember exactly what they were, but they were I just remember them laughing at them because they were extended. So
Yeah.
it's not been very long. We're gonna assume that you're definitely still rattled. You almost died after all. Buildings were literally collapsing behind you as you ran away. But you do make your way through the rubble onto the main street again, and you got a lot of street to cover, man, without any light. So you can try and you know, spot whatever it's called in this. Yeah, spot hidden.
Spot hidden.
That was right. Yeah, you can try and spot hidden a couple times.
All right,
but
chat.
You got like a hard success.
I need you guys to channel for your boy Maynard here because I want my gun back. Thank you, mate.
Can't wait for you to
Channeling.
pull this and
All right, is it this one? Is it the green or the purple? I can't remember.
Green.
Green. Bad start, but I'm getting a couple shots.
Yeah.
All right, Papa needs my old gun back. No whammy, big money, no whammy, no whammy, big money, no whammy. Fuck! I hate this game. Game's shit. You're a lot of StarCraft. Show
I
sucks.
know that they're not gonna count, but can you just roll twice more? I just want to see how bad of a day you're gonna have.
You know what, Ravi? We'll get him out of the system.
Okay.
All right. You know what? One success that's barely a success. Fuck it. Because I have a spot hidden at 25 and I needed a hard success anyway.
I wanted so badly for you to get 2 successes.
No, if I got a hard success, then I would have been mad. After the ones where I had to actually succeed.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm already a little bit salty. I'll be real with you guys.
Yeah, that's good.
So now your choices, Amy. You can go back and find the police officers, or stick around even longer, looking for your gun.
Would the police officers expect me to stick around?
They're a bit bewildered, by the whole situation, and they just help someone, not die. So you could definitely slip away if you wanted to.
Okay, I think I would definitely slip away and try and find Amos, because I know where Avocado's body is now.
Body.
I know that she's going to the doctor, so I'm she'll live or she'll die. We'll find out later.
Oh my god, I'm alive. I will definitely live. I've got 1 HP.
And if I search for my gun and I don't find it, then I'm leaving too.
I'm gonna try and find Amos, and if I do find Amos, would I be able to make another spot hidden check for him?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I find Amos?
Go ahead and do some tracking, I guess, to find Maynarde. You were out there from the beginning, man. You don't remember shit.
You ran full speed for a long time.
Okay, I got a 10 in this, so 10% chance.
Mm-hmm.
That's not
69. Last chat to be mature about this, please.
Yeah, so not so good. You aimlessly.
Someone give this girl a raise, Jesus Christ.
Every time I'm gonna do a really bad pun, I'm gonna start doing the Martian laugh. Yeah, you don't really have that much success finding Amos with all the street lamps, dark and no. I don't want to say flashlight. Didn't we search if they had flashlights in the 1920s and we found something about it? But anyways,
they do. We searched this.
Yeah.
They do.
They don't have any flashlights. They don't have any lamps. It is quite difficult, and you don't really remember, where you started running away from the giant dragon monster. So you can either spend more time searching around for each other / the gun, which would take you all night. You have not gotten a hotel. No? Don't know where you're sleeping. This will start to affect your constitution.
We were on our way to a hotel and a fucking night dragon attacked us and destroyed half the city.
But I just want to make this clear. We don't have a joint meeting place. We don't have phones. We don't have any way of contacting each other whatsoever.
What? I'm pretty sure on my character sheet I put down an iPhone 10.
Well, you know where I am. You can visit me in hospital if you want.
I actually don't know where you are.
Yeah, Maynard doesn't.
I think you're dead.
Oh.
Okay, if I can't find Amos, then I head over to the hospital.
Okay.
What a good friend.
All right, so that's his plan. Maynard, what do you want to do?
Well, I'm insane. What do I do?
Well, that's a good point. You cannot find your
Livibee
gun.
wasn't insane, but she's now 1 hit point, so she's
Yeah, I mean, she's not gonna wake up and freak out.
It's okay. As soon as I eat an avocado, it's gonna replenish more hit points.
She
They're gonna
did
send
save
down
her
15 Big Macs
avocado.
for you.
I do remember that.
I have a slice of avocado, restore some hit points. We'll be bright as brand new in no time.
She did. She took the time, almost killing herself.
I rolled a 1, I'm pretty sure, to get that avocado.
Have it on her when she fell down the sewer?
Yeah.
It might be covered in a little bit of sewer water, Robbie, but what are you trying to say, huh?
I'm just saying, if you eat it after it's fallen in.
Yeah.
I don't know, fam.
I'm not even scared, dude.
This avocado's browning a little bit. I should eat it quickly.
Ew. Ew, I got it. Ew, it's gross.
Not afraid.
Not afraid.
Anyways,
Whether it's hepatitis A or C, no one really cares for your dragon. It's all hepatitis.
yeah.
Um,
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
yeah, I'm not sure what I do. I guess if I'm still insane, I think you have control over my guy, right? Although I did just search for my gun twice.
Yeah,
Well, you can
like
try and do stuff, but
basically,
you
I
might
can
not
like
be able
interject and be like, you think you rolled well, but actually,
But then
character
pink
decides
elephants
to
appeared
kill
in front of you and
themselves.
scared you and you ran away.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I got you.
will.
I got you.
I will go ahead and say that you also are developing a bit of a phobia of the dark. You got scared quite bad. This thing came up on you without your knowledge at night, and you're now alone in the completely dark street with no one around you, without any weapons, and you don't know where that thing went off to.
That's good, because most of our missions are in the daylight.
Hey, 4 episodes of this campaign have been in the daylight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
If
fair.
we don't find a hotel, though, the next four broadcasts of this campaign are going to be at nighttime.
That would suck. Yeah, I like you can start walking to what you think would be an area with the hotel. As I recall, you guys were walking this direction because you had already walked to the police station in the first place. So you go to the, try and find a hotel. You could go back to the police station. I don't know what other options
I
there
would
really
probably
are.
go to the police station to try and let them know about the giant dragon beast. Because, I'm pretty ambivalent to most people, but I don't want to have a city destroyed by a big monster.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I would tell the police to tell, I don't know, the government, the military, bring in tanks.
Okay.
Polish those bayonets that we just used on the Germans, and start helping us with this monster, please.
Yeah, we probably won't need them again.
We might need them in 20 years. We never know. we might need them in 20 years for a second time for another big war against the Germans. But I don't know about that.
Who
I only know about the
knows?
first. I only know about the first war, where
Yeah.
the Germans were the bad guys again. So
They're always the bad guys.
they're always the bad guys.
Okay, so you make your way back to the police station, which is a fair walk. Not really that long. You guys had, feardragon had run to it after all, so maybe like 10, 15 minutes. And just say nothing, extraordinary happens. You are battling with your own developing fear of the dark. You're starting to get a little jumpy. The presence of any of the still lit lampposts gives you a great sense of calm, and then immediately is just extinguished when there's nothing from, the 5 minutes ahead of you and all that good stuff. But you get there without injuring yourself, but also without any guns. So I don't know what you're gonna do now. How effective is Amos with his gun?
My brawl stat's pretty good.
Okay.
I knocked out that guy that one time, remember? But my gun stat's better, and I want another one.
Okay.
So I will. Let's see. I'm going to tell the police about this monster. Am I there yet, or am I on my way?
Let's say that you're there. The distance from the police station to the hospital is fairly considerable. It's a pretty big hospital. Not like 7 stories tall though. I mean, you guys were actually there. You actually remember where it was. And I hope the receptionist also remembers you, feardragon. But yeah,
The guy that cut himself twice.
so they're probably on their way. So a couple of police guards with them, but obviously there's still a lot of police officers back at the station. So yeah, you find someone to talk to, and you can tell them whatever you please.
Did they know about this thing, right? Were they?
Yeah, when you enter in, I mean, there's a ton of them talking and wondering if they should call the police chief back, as he had gone home just before the events happened. And, they're starting to try and contact any of the newspaper people that they know. Even there's a couple of people that are still handcuffed who are waiting to be put into jail that are like, oh my God, what was that sound? What was going on? There's a lot of chatter. There's a lot of mutter. People are kind of freaking out right now.
Shit, what do I even do? I mean, clearly they know. While they're going insane and going crazy, I'm going to try and sleight of hand a gun.
Oh, all right. Interesting take. Okay, then go
I
ahead.
like this. You know, you're rolling poorly today, so you're like, you know what? Let's take some risks. Let's try and steal a gun, not just from a police officer, from a police officer inside of the police station. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, dude.
You should push that. You should push this roll.
Push this roll. You reckon? Have I rolled anything under 80 today? Let's have a look. Scroll
you
up.
did get a success on the roll
I
that
did.
didn't matter.
I did. I got one on the one that didn't count at all. Literally.
Yeah.
Let's go, Maynarde. I'm ready.
Totally.
It's like getting a half a mile basket when no one sees it.
Come
It
on.
doesn't matter.
Let's push it.
Uh,
I double dare you.
Oh no. Looks like Maynard's actually gonna be the character that gets killed off.
fuck it. I'm pushing it. Let's go.
Higher.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Well, okay. Hold
good.
on.
Maynard.
Maynard
I
tries
think
to
he
pull out the gun, but
died.
misfires on accident and shoots the cop.
Fuck this fucking game, dude. I hate dice. If I ever seen dice. If I ever go to a casino and see a dice, I'm gonna break it in half with my bare hands and I'll throw the pieces out the table to me.
I was gonna try and give you a bonus roll, considering that everyone was like, you know.
Okay, that's my bonus roll then.
I was like, I
Metagame.
don't remember how to use it. Like, I don't remember how it works in Call of Cthulhu. So that's what I was also gonna try and find.
I'm happy to be punished. I'm happy to be punished.
Punish me.
Punish me, keeper. Step on me, keeper.
Okay, I know how a penalty die works, but where the fuck is a bonus die? This doesn't help me. With a bonus die, rolling 1 unit's die and 2 tens die. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, it's a lot more complicated, but it would drastically help you. So apparently what you do is, because it's a 100 roll system, it's not as easy, but okay. 1 unit's die, 2. So what you do is you roll 2 tens die, right? So if it was like 2 tens dies and one's a 4, that would be 40s. And if the other one's a 6, it'd be in the 60s. And then the other die would be, 65, 60, 45, whatever it would be. So let's go ahead and try that. It's a learning experience here. So I guess roll first your units die. So that's 1d10.
Okay. Uh-huh. Right in the middle.
Shit. What you get here? You got a...
Oh my god.
Five.
Some
Oh,
snipers.
Ellie.
Some snipers.
Thank you for the 10 gifted subs, Ellie.
Ellie is absolutely amazing.
You cool, Ellie.
Seems that way.
Let's spam some hearts.
Hells yeah. And then you roll 2 d10s. Like, roll d10 twice.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll 1d10 x2. Is that how we do it?
I'm not sure.
Nope.
No. Just roll 1d10
just
and then roll 1d10.
Roll
1d10.
2d10.
A 9. Great. Roll 1d10. A 4. All right.
45.
9 and 4.
So you choose the 45. Choose the 4, right? Oh my god, it's still not enough. Oof. You wanted to get below 40.
Of course it's not.
You wanted to
Why
get-
would it be? Why would I ever have anything go right for me in this
I
campaign?
dare you. I double dare you.
I don't know. If you push in it...
Feardragon, if I get this gun, the first thing I'm doing is executing your character.
Oh my god.
It will be worth it.
Do you
I don't know.
push
Be able to with your rolls.
with a bonus, though? Like, what does that even mean?
Shit. The rest of you better sub. I'm watching you. Ellie, I have been subbed to ZombieGrub for like 1,000 years. ZombieGrub's
true.
actually a 1,000-year-old goddess that just looks young because she's a demigod.
Mhm.
I've been subbed
That's
the entire
amazing.
time.
Yeah, I mean, you could try and push it again if you want, but
I don't think I want to.
okay,
I don't think I want to. Something
That's
tells
fair.
me that I probably won't get what I want here. So
Yeah.
that's fair.
I'm gonna go the road more traveled. You know,
Okay.
I'm not gonna take too many more risks for a little bit until Lady Luck decides to take her hand out of my pants and stop squeezing my balls.
All right, so you try and very stealthily take a gun, but unfortunately, you realize that someone is paying attention to you and decide that it's best not to anger any of these police officers. So, no gun successfully stolen. It's all good. But now you are at the police station and you have no idea where your friends are. And what else do you want to do here?
I'll ask them if they need help.
Okay.
Do they?
Yeah, you can go up to anyone you want. There's maybe 6 police officers and a couple of perps and
Well, I'm not going to help the perps.
yeah.
So I'll go to the police officer and just ask, sir, something crazy just happened outside, and I can tell that you guys know about it, but can I help in any way possible? I'm an able-bodied man, and I roll really well.
Trust me.
When attacked, you mean?
When attacked, in fights.
I play Dark Souls, sir.
Under pressure.
I play Dark Souls, sir. I killed every optional boss in the Prepare to Die edition as a level 1 character, sir, with a fucking spike club and an oil rag. So
That's
you
like-
tell
Oh
me.
my god.
Yeah.
Damn, man. If only that would work. Well, he's kind of surprised that you go up to him at all and are talking to him because he has so many things on his plate. But he's like, "Help? I mean, I don't. We're not even sure what we're gonna do. I think we're trying to contact the police chief, right?" No, he talks to some other guy, and the guy's like, "Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think he's on his way home or something, but we're trying to see if anyone can go catch him." And he's like, "Yeah, that's all. It's just like a giant thing appeared, man. I don't think we're ever be equipped for this." So
I know it fucked me up.
You would-
I'm showing them myself like I don't know how many I have no hit points left from memory. I've got oh no, I actually have 10. Okay, that's not that bad.
Oh,
no, that's not that bad.
But
No, you're
I am
probably
disheveled.
covered
I
in
am covered in rubble and shit.
yeah, exactly. He's like, "Oh, you were there. Were you the one that was after?"
I saw it, sir. It was after me and my friends, or maybe we pissed it off. I'm not sure, but I'm having trouble processing it all, honestly.
Oh, you and your friends. We picked up a girl from the sewer. Was she one of your friends?
Was she in a potato sack?
Well, it was kind of hard to see, but I mean, she looked like she was wearing a type of flowy dress, so maybe a potato sack, sure.
If the girl was inside a literal sack of vegetables, then that's my friend, yes. It was a
Oh,
flowy
well-
dress, and it was probably someone that's an actual human being.
That was the original color of the dress. wasn't it?
oh my god. Oh, I'm glad someone wants to admit they're my friend.
Well, I can tell you that she was taken to the hospital. I mean, she was knocked out right good, so that's probably where she is. I don't know if you have any other friends. I think some guy called us outside. That's why we even noticed something was happening. But yeah, as far as the girl, she's in the hospital. She didn't look so good.
Well, from what I can tell, the hospital is a long walk, sir. We were there earlier today, and for me to get back safely, I think I don't know. I feel like I need a weapon. I'm gonna charm this guy to give me a
Nice
fucking
try.
bear gun.
Okay, all right.
Yep, I'm gonna try. Come on, we're rolling. Come on. Come on.
Oh,
Holy shit.
it finally happens.
I'm an
Nice.
able-bodied man, sir.
All
I
right.
need protection to get it to the hospital.
Okay.
I can assist. If this thing comes back, I will fight it.
Yeah, he kind of looks you up and down. I mean, obviously he's not really in the habit of giving guns to civilians, but he looks you up and down and he figures that you probably, I mean, civilian might be kind of a light term to use for you, and you're probably in the military. You know how to use a gun, all that good stuff. So he's
Right.
like,
Able-bodied.
all right. Look, okay, like I'm freaked out. All right, like I would just tell you to wait till morning, but and even walking to the nearest hotel would take quite a walk, and I don't even know where that thing went, man. Like and Arkham's being all types of spooky now. Look, just don't tell anyone I did this. Don't shoot anyone, okay? Here, and he gives you like a really small pistol.
Small
Like
pistol.
a little lady pistol. That
Yeah.
we-
like something this big.
little pea shooter.
Is it loaded?
It is loaded, yes.
Great. Thank you, sir. Much obliged. And then I'll leave. Go to the hospital.
Okay, it's like a 30-minute walk.
I can manage 30 minutes.
Don't forget to pick up some flowers.
For
Yeah, you know what, Libby? I'll go inside one of the collapsed buildings and see if I can find a florist.
So get well soon flowers.
Yeah, I'll swing to the Locust fucking Hallmark shop and get you a fucking get
With your
well
best
soon.
friend.
Like two bears hugging each other and get one of those get well soon cards with like sparkles and shit on them.
Yeah, nice.
And then I'll write in my blood because I just fought a fucking monster.
I'm gonna say you fought. It's a little.
I ran from a monster successfully, kind of.
I mean, more successfully than she did.
More
It's
successfully.
actually
that's right.
it's like a get well soon card, but then it has like Amos greater than Avocado. Better than you.
Well, actually, Hallmark was founded in 1910, so there probably are Hallmark cards.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Oh,
There you go.
nice.
It's gonna pay that extra cash, get a brand Hallmark card. Wow. Amazing.
Awesome.
Okay.
Profiting off of people's feelings and holidays since 1910. Awesome.
Literally. Yeah.
So funny.
That's what happened. Okay, so you make your way to the hospital. We're going to just go ahead and do a time skip here, and you guys will all be in the hospital. So Avocado gets actually admitted into the hospital, as she is rightfully just all covered in blood and shit. Literally.
Literal shit.
Blood
Yeah.
and shit. Yeah.
So she is taken in immediately in emergency care, and when Amos arrives, unless John Doe has decided something else is better for him to do, he is in the lobby once again.
Yes, I am not in the room. I have not revealed my association. Avocado.
Okay, so where'd you go?
I think I would try and see if I could like sneak some information, from the receptionist desk or something. Like, see if I could find out basically what the status is of Avocado, see how bad it is, that kind of stuff.
Okay. All right. So it took you guys. I mean, it probably took Amos 15 minutes to get there, and then 10 minutes to talk, and then 30 minutes. I'm just trying to see if they would have anything really updated. I mean, they're probably trying to like actually fix her more than they're worried about.
Even just like what room she's in and stuff, I think.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you could find something like that out. What you doing specifically to do that?
I think I'd be looking at, because I imagine at the receptionist desk they probably have some sort of clipboard or something that says like what patients are in what room, or maybe it's like on a whiteboard or something. Or when were whiteboards invented?
I'm not sure.
I don't think they had whiteboards then.
And chalkboards. You know
Yeah,
that much?
chalkboards.
They had chalkboards. I
Wow,
don't think they had whiteboards.
1960s.
Yeah.
Damn, we take a lot of stuff for granted.
Yeah, I know how often I take whiteboards for granted, and I'm just so glad they exist.
Yeah, every day I'm just like, oh, you had a whiteboard.
I use whiteboards today. Okay. Anyways, I try and find like a clipboard or something that has some indication of like who's in what room. If I can, I'll like snag it.
Okay.
Otherwise, maybe it's just on the wall.
I mean, how that would be said. So, as we recall, as we were in the hospital earlier in this campaign, is that the lobby is a decently sized lobby, and then there's 2 doors.
Oh no!
And then one is guarded by a police officer who, I mean, well, not even a police officer, just like a guard who like not even really doing very much.
Hear me out. I have expert skills in assassinating people, so I'm quite skilled at knowing how not to kill someone or injure someone. And I have a knife, so you see, if I cut myself just the right way.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding.
Do you want to do
I
that
feel
again?
like this is familiar.
That's really,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm really skilled at driving cars. Therefore, I'm also really good at making cars. Like,
What? Okay, come on. That's saying I'm really skilled at driving cars, so I know how not to drive a car.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. Anyways, I'll just chill in the lobby for now.
Okay.
Are we together yet?
Well, if he's in the lobby, then eventually, yeah, you'll come up
Yeah.
and see him chilling in the lobby. So, do you have anything? I mean, enter scene. What do you guys do?
I think
Like-
they're gonna first cry a little bit about their good
loss.
friend Avocado,
Please.
and then hug it out a little bit.
Like, John, where'd you go?
We need to fucking leave this town.
ASAP.
I don't disagree, but we have unfinished business here. Where's Avocado?
I've narrowed it down to 2 rooms. She's either in one of the hospital beds or the morgue. Not sure which yet.
Shit.
Can you
You're
not check both?
wrong.
I just look at my still bandaged hand from the last time we were in the hospital, like a day or 2 ago. Look back at him as like, do you want me to go check?
Good point. You stay here. You stay here, and I'll go look. Is my friend that lady, the receptionist? Is she there? Does she remember me? Is she going to be nice to me if I ask her to do me a solid because my friend's in there?
She's
Like,
probably
actually
not
in there,
there,
not
though.
fake in there, like 3 campaigns ago.
You guys entered in at like 10 in the morning or something like that for the first part of the campaign. Or maybe it was.
Well, I haven't gotten any less worse looking since then, so
Maybe
you
it
should
was
still recognize
lunchtime, but the max, let's say 12-hour shift, she is no longer there. Now you have not a maybe 40s or 50-year-old woman who's clearly known her, seen stuff and knows what's up. You actually now have like a 25-year-old, what do they call them? Candy stripers. There you go.
Sure.
Yeah,
Let's call him a candy striper.
that's who's now.
A floozy, a tart.
I mean, I didn't say
One of
that.
those. Okay.
You said that.
I'm going to try and sweet talk this lady into letting me look for my friend.
Alrighty then. Do it.
It's fucking yes.
Oh yeah, look at that. Man, it's on a
look
roll.
at that. Wow, it's on a roll of rolls.
On a roll.
All right.
So yeah. Be like, hey lady, take the hat off. Smooth back the hair. My name's Mr. Tolliver. I'm just looking for my friend here. What's your name?
What is her name?
That's your call, ZombieGrub.
I
I kind of say.
I know. I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly. 1920s name generator. That's what I do.
1920s name generator. That's a good thing to have. The internet truly has everything.
It really does, man. I'll get female names. Here we go. Her name is Maddie.
Joanne Fieldbuster.
No, we're gonna call her
like
Maddie. So she
Maddie?
goes, yeah. Her name is Maddie.
All right.
That's what she says. She's like, well, sir, my name is Maddie. Who are you looking for exactly?
I'm just looking for my friend, lady. You don't have to worry your pretty little head about it. Just tell me which room she's in, and scan that page there with your gorgeous little eyes. Find out where she is for me.
Well, shockingly, sir, this hospital actually gets more than one female, patient. So I'm going to be a little bit more specific as to who you
She was in
wanna
a
go see.
potato sack. That should narrow it down.
Oh, the woman who was just admitted. Ah, yes. She did look quite bad. As in her injuries, is what I mean. She looked quite bad.
Wow, catty.
I mean, she was in a potato sack. She had to be clear. No, and then Maddie like checks down at her clipboard and says, "Yeah, she was admitted to. She was actually admitted into the emergency room. I'll go ahead and have a quick chat and see if she's actually been admitted into a regular room for you to visit her." And she goes off. I mean, you're not exactly asking for the world there. So she goes off. She goes behind the doors. And a couple minutes later, she comes back. And she says, "Well, it looks like your friend's going to be okay. She is definitely rattled. She's not really communicating right now. But if you would like to see her, it should be okay." And she kind of just like
Much
gestures
obliged.
for you to
Which
follow
room?
her. Well, she's
Okay.
going to take you to it.
Go.
So.
Cool. Let's go.
Yeah. So you go through the doors, and she takes you into one of the rooms on the left side, I suppose. And there is Avocado, pretty passed out on a 1920s like bed in the hospital, which probably looks pretty creepy, to be honest. But
And also very uncomfortable.
there she is.
Yeah. Dang. So she's completely out of it. No chatting, no talking.
Yeah. Medicine would have been applied to her, which I believe there is a way for us to roll. See exactly
Roll
how
for
much.
Bengay.
Yeah, roll for Bengay. Which my attempt to find you a gun has lost me this. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna assume they had the medicine skill as doctors. Yep. 1d3 hit points. Yeah, okay. Go ahead and roll 1d3 there, Livibee. I'll leave that up to you.
Okay.
Great. You're at 2 hit points.
Yay!
Getting there.
Yeah.
Only
All
12
right.
more to go.
Very good then. So, you're at 2 hit points. You physically, you can probably kind of wake up and kind of go like,
What's up, guys?
but you're
Where's my
also
flower?
like still a little insane. So,
Well, she was saying, "What's up, guys?" And there's only one of me, and also asking for flowers. So that sounds
I love all
Sounds
4
pretty
of you
insane.
right now.
Hi, Amanda.
4 Amoses.
So yeah, if you want to try and talk to her, it might be possible.
How are you feeling, Avocado?
Oh, Amos. Is that you, Amos?
It is.
Oh, man. Did you bring
Oh,
my
man.
tulips?
Did I bring your what?
My tulips, my favorite flower are tulips, Amos. I thought you knew. Do you not listen to anything I say?
Oh, cool.
And then she just starts
So
crying.
you've been conscious for 30 fucking seconds, and you're starting a fight with me over fucking tulips. I don't know why I came back into this hospital to look for you.
Did you tell Amanda? Did you tell Amanda I'm in the hospital?
Yeah, what I did is I took out my Samsung Galaxy S8 and called Amanda while I was being chased by a giant dragon of night. That's exactly what I did.
Okay, good. Tell her.
I sent her a text with lots of emojis in it, Avocado.
I was like, snake,
And just
snake,
to try and
bleeding,
plant
unhappy
that seed,
face.
I also sent in the eggplant next to a peach just in case.
Couldn't find the avocado emoji.
I couldn't find the avocado, so that was the only symbol I could think of, if you know what I mean. So
Make sure to tell her to bring me some tulips, Amos.
why am I in this fucking room? I'm gonna let you recover. I'm going back to John.
Yeah, at this point, she's starting to just mumble about weird ass things.
Yeah,
like,
I'm out of that.
avocados are
busy.
gonna rule the world. I swear, it's gonna happen one day. And you just leave the room. So, your friends are okay. Okay, it's about maybe 1:30 in the morning at this point. You guys haven't slept since you got up for the train, actually, in the very first episode. So you
been
can
a
go
day.
back out.
Yeah, avocado's still resting up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, turn to Amos and let's get a hotel. Something very close by. I don't want to walk very far for this one.
That makes sense.
You can always just sleep next to my bed.
I don't.
Good
like
idea,
that
John.
much.
Let's go
How's
find that
for
over.
the bed?
John Doe does not like avocado that much.
No. Oh my god.
I am not spending the night. In
Why
the
not? She's carrying the campaign.
hospital. Resentment. Jealousy.
Not every team's in love with their quarterback. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's go get a hotel. Something where
Let's ask the
Working.
receptionist where the closest hotel is, so
Good
we
idea.
don't wander the streets.
no, we're not
Get
wandering.
ambushed by a giant fucking dragon.
We're not wandering. We're asking. Yep.
Okay. You go up, I assume Amos, the charmer, goes up to ask Maddie where the nearest
Yeah,
hotel
I've already
is.
planted those seeds. You know what I mean?
Oh, have you though? And she
Figuratively.
very kindly
Literally is there.
she points out that there is a hotel, like 3-4 minute walk actually
Perfect.
down the street. It's a motel more than a hotel, but yeah.
It's got a bed.
Yeah,
I
where
also
lots of
just
people
kind of
say.
Hint to Amos that we should try and leave some sort of contact information for when Avocado is recovered, or at least leave a note for Avocado where we're
Give her the
staying.
hotel name. Just leave a note with the hotel name. Say that we're there.
Sure.
Okay.
You can also just
Yeah.
tell Maddie to tell her when she wakes up. They're gonna want. They're gonna want to. They actually, Maddie might even before you leave be like, hold up, like you're in charge of this woman. Like, where am I gonna find you? Like, what are your names?
Well, as I said before, Mr. Tolliver, Amos Tolliver.
Okay.
We're going to be at that hotel that you just mentioned. When our friend wakes up, let her know that we're there.
All right, will do.
Thanks, darling.
You're also in charge of her medical bills.
Oh, that's right. We're in America.
It's gonna cost you like $10, man.
That's a lot of money.
Yikes. Big old yikes. Okay. You guys make it to the hotel, motel, whatever, without any interruption. Congratulations. It costs, it's the nice thing about it. It costs, because I know you guys were talking about how much money you had. So I think it's in the investigator handbook, actually. Whoopsie daisy. Hotels. There we go. Lodging, economy motel, $40.
What? Fuck off.
Okay, because my
That's
character
okay.
sheet and my income stuff says that I carry $60 of cash on me.
Well, good thing.
This is insane. In RPGs, you get XP and money for killing things, which we have done. and when you want to go to an inn to rest and get your HP back, it's never that much.
Dude, I mean, we could have. We just didn't.
That's like a late game in an RPG.
We just
for that-
didn't loot
for
the
that kind of-
corpses.
Oh my god.
Well,
Like those cultists probably had some money on them.
that's a decent point.
Robes have pockets, Maynard.
Where they naturally keep all their change in case they want to buy a snack on the way to the cult meeting.
The only robe I've ever owned
Cultists
is a
eat
buff
too,
robe.
you know.
Well, I mean, they eat like the blood of, Jesus and pig,
And do
like
you think that
sacrificial
stuff
pigs
is
and
free?
stuff. I don't think
The
they
blood of
carry the
Jesus?
money in their pockets. I think it's all pre-planned. Although that's actually a legitimate question. Do they have do cults have treasurers?
Well,
Do they?
I mean, think of it like this: they either took the subway or the train or something, or one of them is driving, so they need to have money for gas.
Okay. Anyways, there's no I'm with you guys though. Like $50, like that's got to be for like a week stay or something.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
This place, they must like sublease us a room or something that we can just go back to anytime we want for the next 6 years. Like, what kind of? That's insane.
Yeah. No, I mean,
What is this like? Do they have like a Waldorf Astoria in Arkham? I don't
So-
understand why it's.
you get 2 people, 2 beds, $5. There you go.
Thank you. Okay, makes more sense.
Yeah. I don't know what the Cthulhu book is on about, unless that was like
I'm haggling here.
the 80s or something.
Yeah, I like the negotiations. Like that.
Right?
I'm haggling here.
Tax
Like
account.
$40 keep it? I don't know, man.
Five buccarinos to stay that night.
It's the fucking Ritz.
It is.
This isn't the first day we've been here, right?
Oh, it's the
This-
first day.
It is the first day.
This has all
Yes.
been one day.
This-
Oh yeah.
Well, technically, it's probably the next day, technically, because it's like
Yeah.
really early morning.
It's like 1:30 or something in the morning.
Something like that, yeah. It's like late at night.
Wow, that is a hell of a day. Okay.
It's about as much as we did when we were in Japan every day, to be honest.
Yeah. Let's rest up.
Yeah, I'm like not even going to say anything. I'm like insanely exhausted.
Okay. It's uneventful. You get over your temporary insanity after a couple of bad dreams. Your fear of the dark is pretty set, though, so you actually have a very, restless sleep. And you don't gain any hit points back. Feardragon, who did cut himself earlier, does gain all of his hit points back. I think he only had one or two gone, but... and then
two.
for Avocado, who's in the hospital for, let's say, the 8 hours that you guys actually sleep and stay in the motel, go ahead and roll, 1d10 to see how many hit points you get back.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What?
Those ones aren't helping too much anymore, are they, Livibee?
Yeah.
She's like, hang on a minute. I have to turn off one hack.exe that I've been activating for the last.
Yeah.
My god, dude.
Okay, so you are currently at 3 hit points after the long, I guess you had a bunch of fits, you were insane, you didn't want the doctor's help, you thought they were like Cthulhu monsters at some points, you're like, don't touch me, and you didn't go so hot. So you all wake up early the next day, so you went to bed at like 2 a.m. Let's say that you wake up pretty late, okay, especially late, and you wake up at like 9 a.m.
Sounds like every night in Korea.
I mean, yeah, for us that's totally normal, but for
2 or 3 a.m. and then getting up at 9 and having a massive headache and being hungry.
You
Yeah,
guys are making me tired just listening to you.
Korea was exhausting. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, assuming we don't have to worry about things like food and stuff, right?
I mean, you probably
We
want
have
to
to
go
worry
find food, but you guys have money for that.
I used the restroom because I haven't mentioned that I've used the restroom for the entire last day.
I have an itch on the bottom of my foot, and I scratch that itch. It's been bothering me for the last 6 hours.
Rule for brawling.
Roll for brawl with my foot.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I think
We're basically buying time until Avocado is better, right? We don't actually have a. We had a. Hang on. Our actual goal, the reason we were on the beaten path, right, was, weren't we visiting someone?
So,
Yeah,
to
we
remind
get to
you,
visit.
recap time. Avocado was able to get 2 meetings for today. As of now, it is today. For
That's
2
right.
meetings today.
So we kind of need her to be not dead to
Right.
make these meetings, I think.
Not only did she get 2 meetings with 2 very influential people, but she also, with Maynarde, with Amos, both of you were at the police station talking to the police chief, which then you later filled in John Doe on, so you all know. But you all know that you were trying to
Cut it.
help them.
Deal.
You were cutting a deal to get more information.
Oh yeah. And then they gave us information on somewhere to go, but I don't actually recall. I'm sorry.
And the police chief's son or something
chief's.
had also gotten a letter.
Yeah, so the reporter that you guys talked to at the party ended up being the police chief's son, and he also received a similar letter to what you guys got.
That's right. We blew him off.
You guys did.
Yeah.
Where did the police chief's son go when all that shit went down?
So you
We don't care.
guys, he came up to you,
I don't care.
and
You might care.
he came up to you right before you guys left to go find a hotel, and was like talking about how he got a letter and how he was friends with one of the guys, and he told you that he was friends with. I don't think he was friends with Clayton, but. No, I'm actually second guessing myself. But anyways, in that he was actually almost like brought into the cult. Like people would always like be trying to kidnap him and stuff. And he was just like, yeah, it's like a totally normal thing for me. Isn't that weird for you? And then you were like, okay, we're done with you. Bye. And you just left him and he
Yeah,
walked
thanks.
off awkwardly.
Yeah, like a used piece of tissue paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amos hates him.
Oh my god, he's
No,
dead.
I didn't hate him. I hated the stupid. Oh, that's right.
The kid.
The fucking street
The
urchin
orphan.
kid.
Yeah. The orphan promised you more information if you helped her find out more information on this guy that is supposedly this saint. Like, he does a ton of donation and charity work, and he actually funds the orphanage where she's supposed to be 90% of the time.
Missing kids. Right,
something. Exactly.
Yep.
And that some kids are missing, friends of hers are missing, and that she doesn't trust this benefactor that's been coming around every so often.
I think, okay, so we need Avocado to be better. So we actually are on hold, right?
But I think the safe. What time is the meeting at?
It's afternoon.
I want to
Yeah,
say
it's
it was
10
the
a.m.
noon.
Yeah, I thought it was like a 2:30 or 3 p.m. thing from memory with Amanda. What's her name?
So we have a little bit of time.
Is she going to go from 3 hit points to 10 in 4 hours?
Yep.
She
could
does
show up
gain
with a cast.
approximately 1d3 hit points back every hour.
Can we go to a potion cellar and find a high potion, please?
I could just eat my avocado.
Do you have enough gil for this high potion, Robbie?
You guys could go to Ye Old Curiosity Shop and see if they have any mystic potions. That's always fun.
Oh, that'll go well.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll go great.
What?
Like, roll for what this potion does. I'm like,
I could rock up with 3 HP. I think that'd be all right. I'm
I think
With 3
for
HP?
now, checking out this.
is there a major wound? Like, what does major wound mean? I see that in the character sheet.
It means
that
that you
something
took
that-
as much damage, like more than half of your character's total HP. You took that much damage in one hit,
Oh,
which is what Livibee actually had.
okay. Damn.
Technically, she had a death hit, but
She got one shot.
nearly killing off Avocado.
She got disrupted Nova. She's just a roach walking around. Just,
Yeah.
all right.
Would
Can she get out of bed with 3 hit points? Can we convince the
like a wheelchair.
hospital to let her go?
Yeah, wheelchair would be fine, I reckon.
You guys could go down to the hospital and ask if she's good to go yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
We need it. Our plans, unfortunately, completely rely on Avocado to be fine, fit, and alive.
Whoops, it easy. Sorry, guys.
Because if we show up to Amanda without her, she's gonna be like, "What?
Who are you?
Literally, who are you?" I'm like, "Oh, we're the bodyguards. Like, there's the person I'm meeting."
True.
You know what I mean?
It's a good point. It's a good point.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah, we're gonna get her out of that. We're gonna get her out of the hospital, man.
let's go to the hospital and at least ask about it.
We'll ask, and if they don't let her out, then we'll come up with another plan, which probably involves murder.
Oh boy. All right, so you guys walk back to the hospital, which is just a quick little, 4-minute, 5-minute walk over. You enter in, it's a different person once again, and you're gonna go ahead and assume that everything doesn't go terribly, and you ask, like, hey, is Avocado better? After confirming that you were there last night to meet her. And at that point, they're gonna tell you that she is not much better. What is your total max hit points, Livibee?
12.
So she's at 3 out of 12. Okay. She's 25% better.
So like one of her limbs is working, right? We're
Yeah,
good.
we're going to say like 25% of you is working, then probably one limb. Plus your head still, attached.
Mm.
Yeah. Amos is still all dusty. He might have taken a shower. A bath.
Yeah, my clothes are probably still fucked up. But...
Probably. And Avocado is maybe in a hospital gown at this point instead of her potato sack.
Oh, is it one of those ones where they have the window open at the back?
Is that what they have back in the 1920s? Because then yes.
I mean, they still have them now.
Mm-mm-mm.
I unfortunately have been to the hospital recently and seen people with them, so
Oh, no.
they still exist.
Yeah.
Fortunately or unfortunately?
Unfortunately, it was not a good time for me.
So yeah, they say that she's not doing so hot. She is awake though. If you would like to talk to her.
Yeah, I
All
think
right.
we do.
Yeah, let's go. Let's try and convince her to
Hey,
get out of this
friendos.
place. Hey, Avocado.
How's
Hey,
it
you have a
going?
meeting soon.
Where's my daisies, guys?
Shut up a minute. We need to make these meetings, Ava, and we need you to be okay. Are you going to be all right if we take you out of the bed?
I think so. Just hand me a spoonful of avocado, shot of honey, and I'll be good to go.
Can we just assume that we don't have honey on our inventory right now? What if,
We're
if you
at a
suck-
hospital.
what if you
Down to the
suck?
cafeteria real quick.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna go look and see if I can steal a wheelchair.
Livy, you make this campaign hard mode and also easy at the same time.
Don't worry, guys. We'll make these meetings, and we'll get all that information we need.
Good spirit. Good spirit. All right, Ravi, go get a wheelchair. How do we? We're just gonna we're telling the lady that we're checking her out,
Yes. Basically, go
Yep.
up to the receptionist and
and
you're
we're
like,
not
"Will you check
asking.
her
We're not
out?"
asking permission. We're just telling her that we're checking her out.
Yeah. To much to the person's dismay, they're like, we highly advise that you do not do that. Like, she does not seem to be well and in a proper state of mind. And how are you even gonna get her out?
I highly advise that you don't get in our way. Have a good day.
My freedom.
My freedom.
Wait. Don't be mean to the nice lady and ask her for some tablets of morphine on our exit.
Tablets of morphine. You want to have some morphine 4 hours before you meet up with someone? Is
Man.
that what you want?
Or at least some codeine.
You want to be smacked up to the eyeballs?
Something to help take the edge off, you know?
Who are we kidding? That's not really gonna change too much.
In the 20s, there was plenty of doctors that would have taken the edge off for you every day you woke up with your delirium. All right, plenty of doctors would have done that for you. Ravi, wheelchair and painkillers, please. Go and find them.
Well, the wheelchair we can just ask for.
Yeah, you can just ask for a wheelchair, but if you want to actually get painkillers, you have to steal those.
Oh, that's easy. Come
Ravi,
on.
that's up to you,
How
buddy.
hard
You're
can it be
Mr. Steal things.
How hard can it be to steal some painkillers from a hospital?
Okay, go ahead. Let's just assume that you see a
Sleight of
door.
hand?
Yeah, sleight of hand.
I'm gonna push it.
And push it.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I have a 70 in it. All right, come on.
Yeah, so at first you go and reach for it, and then it kind of like starts to wobble, and you're like, oh shit! And then you actually manage to stop the entire thing from collapsing, and you grab a couple of vials of morphine.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Morphine tablets.
Yeah. A
How
couple
long
bottles
does
of that
morphine
stuff.
last?
How long does it last?
Yeah, like I guess it depends on the dosage.
Well, she probably weighs like 100 pounds. So, yeah. I mean, just like how much are you giving to her?
Yeah.
Should probably time it out to like still have
Oh,
her
no.
be kind of sober for her meeting.
Oh,
But
lordy.
she can be super fucking loopy until then.
So, I'm going to go ahead and say whoever administers this has to roll first aid.
Not it.
Yeah. Not it.
Just for like knowledge of what to give
Yeah.
her.
Actually, you know what? Hold on, no, hold on.
Well, I mean, medicine. We actually have
Oh.
medicine, so you have to roll
No,
medicine.
First aid, first aid.
No, you have to roll medicine. This isn't a first aid.
Shit,
This
man.
isn't.
There's a big difference between medicine and first
I
aid.
know, exactly.
Here's my logic.
Okay,
My
I'm
medicine is
prepared to hear
one.
this. Okay.
As someone who works in the line of like assassinations and combat and stuff, I'm probably used to doing things like
Yeah.
painkillers for like.
ZombieGrub, he's really good at killing people, so clearly he's very good at
So he's good at saving people's lives too.
I'm literally specially skilled in first aid. This seems relevant to like combat
killing people.
situations.
So you're saying that you like walk around with a thing of, I mean, would morphine be part of a first aid kit back then?
No, we stole the morphine, but I know how to administer it.
Well, why would you?
I'm just administering it. I'm not telling you how the morphine works. I'm just using it.
So you
What is
know-
your medicine roll? Is it
It's-
like really bad?
Our medicine rolls are
No one
one.
has medicine,
Yeah.
so it's all
No,
bad.
I have
I
a
have-
one.
Sorry, medicine. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, their first
Mine's
aid's
a
gonna be
one.
better.
One.
Yeah, exactly. But okay, but like you're just gonna be like, you know, just like chunking out pills and being like, well, that seems like enough, and then like just handing it to her.
Yeah.
And based off your experience with all these other burly, big men who get into all these fights and trouble, you're gonna just kind of feel like.
Well, I mean, if there's a guy that's four times their size, you just give them a quarter of the dose.
Well, I think we
Well,
would.
wait. Okay, fine. I'll let you do first aid, but okay. Go ahead.
We've got a lenient keeper.
Hard success.
Wow.
Oh
okay.
my God.
Yeah,
Alright.
do I get HP now?
All right. Yeah. No, you don't get any HP. Sorry.
Oh.
So you actually, if you're gonna, I should actually tell you this. Like, since no one can really administer a medicine, and that's what you need to actually get more health points. You probably just will not get any more health points for a while. Like, not until you like sleep.
Sleep,
Yeah.
okay.
So if you're okay with being at 3 health points,
So
But
not in any pain.
I'll just be extra careful.
You nearly died on day 1. Just don't die on day 2. That's all
Okay.
you need. This is like a Dark Souls stream where Twitch chat's just like, just don't get hit. Like,
Why?
oh, okay.
Why did we check her out like 5 hours early?
I don't know. Why did you?
We got to go to this meeting, man. Fuck.
Put her back.
Put it
Take
back.
backsies.
Let it heal up for another 4 or 5 hours.
We morphined her. Now let's.
Administer the morphine. Whatever. Put it to bed if that's what we need to do.
Yeah,
I
put
thought-
me back to sleep. Have a nap. I could get another HP maybe.
All right. You know what? Feardragon and I, we're gonna get waffles. All right. We're gonna get waffles. We're gonna have breakfast.
What are we actually gonna do for 5 hours?
Let's have breakfast.
That's fair.
A really long one.
We got her morphined up so we can get breakfast.
Well, I don't know, man. I didn't realize that the meeting was next fucking door. Okay.
I just
Shit.
You're just like you
I
go
didn't
to
know
like
that fucking Amanda's house was right next to the hospital, and we would just like literally leave the front door and be there in time. Okay.
so you go to like a breakfast or you go to like 1920s IHOP and you roll her in and like park her next to the end of the table and then she's like so like conked out.
Yeah, I'm
she's like,
sure they got handicap parking. We'll just roll her up the
no,
ramp.
but she's like
We'll be
this
right.
and you're like, okay, let's feed her. You like throw like bits of pancake
Yeah,
into her mouth.
Yeah. You know what?
Such an
I'm gonna paint
effective
that mental
use.
image. That's what we're doing. We're taking this morphine. We're taking a morphined up lady in a potato sack that's probably covered in dried blood still into IHOP, and we're gonna just. I'm gonna eat like 80% of my
she's
pancake, and
muttering.
20% of it I'm gonna pull into little bowls and throw them into her like sleeping mouth while
And she's
she's
muttering about like dragons in the sky. And
yeah.
death.
She's just dribbling and like mouth breathing, and every time
no.
she breathes out, I'm gonna try and throw a piece of pancake in there because I don't want her to inhale the pancake and kill herself because she only has 3 hit points.
Okay, well that's the plan. That sounds
I'm
good to me,
timing every
guys.
throw of pancake for when she breathes out.
You got a good old Velma's diner and you get yourself some nice
Yeah.
pancakes
Do I roll?
and
Do I roll
coffee.
throwing for
Sleight
this?
of hand to
I'm
not
not
choke
sure.
her.
Do I roll throw?
Yeah, you should roll throw. If you get
the
pancake
pancake
into her
pieces?
mouth, I'll let her have a point back.
Wait,
Pancake bounces off Livibee's eye socket.
You
Lands on the
failed me, Maynard. You
can I roll
failed.
throw?
I'm gonna try again
One hit
because
point.
honestly, I still have some more pancake left. I'm sorry. Failed again. It's her other eye socket. This one went down the front of a potato sack.
Did you just push the throw?
No.
No, I didn't push the throw. I just threw again because I had multiple pieces.
Yeah.
Of pancake.
Oh, okay. Well, you guys feel a lot better after eating.
fantastic.
She's
Had
still riding
a
her
cup of
high.
coffee, couple top ups, my cup of coffee. I'm feeling caffeinated.
Oh my
I
God.
still got 10 out of my 13 hit points. Wait, I slept, but you said it wasn't a restful sleep.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
You're a tad afraid of the dark,
No-
and there was
no
no
HP
night lights
for
for
me.
you.
No HP for me. Rip.
Should have just used brawl and crammed it in.
I tried to feed you, Livy. I'm sorry. I really did.
I appreciate the thought.
This is how I feel. This is how I feed people I love. I wait until they're asleep and then I throw pieces of food in their mouth. all their mouth breathing into sleep.
It's the most sensual thing you can really do.
I'm a sensual guy. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
Grew up that way.
Yeah. So that happens. That gets you up to about maybe like 11 in the morning. So you guys are gonna go meet with Amanda. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think we have
So-
time for lunch.
We grab a couple of those IHOP napkins and wipe the maple syrup off of her eye socket.
Thanks, guys.
The bit of the chin and the neck. where the
Good
other
to
piece-
have friends like these.
Any other pairs of clothes or something?
But also just letting you know that that piece of pancake that rolled down the front of her potato sack is still in there.
No, but seriously, does she have another pair of clothes or something?
We can stop by and get something.
This potato sack the entire. She traveled from Australia in this fucking potato sack.
God.
I don't think
I
she
just
has.
go to the local, farmer's market and pick up another sack.
I was gonna say, 'cause, like the first time it's like, hey,
Why would you go to a clothes shop? That's insane, Phaedra. That's stupid talk. Why would you do that?
the first time it's like, hey,
Let's go to a
Amanda,
farm and
I'm
get a
in
potato.
fashion. This is like a fashionable thing. The second time when you're showing up like in blood-drenched potato sack, it's like, hey, Amanda, this is the newest style. First,
Dude.
you nearly die and bleed through your like clothes.
Dragon. Livibee convinced Amanda that this was the latest fashion in Australia. If she rolls up in something other than the potato sack, she'll be upset.
Yeah.
It's true. She needs to get another potato sack ASAP.
She needs
This
to
is
get on the
just the
potato
red.
sack.
This is the red potato sack in red.
You know what? IHOP sells fries. Can we look for a potato sack in the back of the IHOP?
Potato
During the
fries
Great
sack.
Depression, they started putting patterns on flour sacks because children were going to school in potato sacks and flour sacks, and they wanted to give them nice clothes, so they put like daisies.
They got plenty of flour there for IHOP, so let's
Wow.
The more you know.
let's try and find her a flour sack to replace that bloody rag that has a piece of pancake inside of it.
Yeah. Of course, this is before the Great Depression, so unfortunately, you're not gonna find any pretty flour sacks.
We're not far off though. It's only a few more years.
Yeah. Yeah, like literally like 2 or something like that. So.
Yeah, I'm saying so 2 or 3 more years.
Yeah.
We're not way down. As a people.
Well, if that is your goal, I will say that as you walk outside, you see a newspaper boy. Now like he was out selling his newspapers at like 6 in the morning. That's where most of the stuff got sold. But he's running around and he's got like a brand new, like fresh off the sacks kind of newspaper, right? And he's running around and screaming, extra, read all about it. Giant dragon worm over Arkham. I don't think I know about dragons, so we're just gonna say giant snake over Arkham. And obviously, a lot of the people in the streets are kind of like, "Whoa, wait, what is he talking about? Like, this is sensationalism. This is fake news." And he's got a little crowd, around him.
Let me grab it. Hang on, it's alternative facts. Okay.
There you go. He's got a little crowd around him that's buying up the newspapers left, right, and center. Just as a heads up, so you got people all in a tizzy, and you guys can try and eavesdrop on what they're talking about. You can try and take a piece of newspaper yourself or whatever you want to do, or you can try and just find that potato sack.
I'm going to be looking for a potato sack that's just the right height and width for our friend here.
Thanks, Maynarde.
But no, not a problem. I got your back. And Ravi's got that. He's got that stealing that sleight of hand, right? You can take yourself a paper. We just spent $40 on a room. Oh wait, it was $5.
It's $5.
I was like, are potatoes
newspaper.
something we need to steal?
No, because I was like, can we get enough newspapers together to make a dress? No, we'll just take a newspaper, and I'll go and find a potato sack. We'll split up. She's still dribbling asleep, like in the IHOP in a wheelchair. So exactly.
So good.
Then,
You want to try and sell a newspaper there for Dragon?
yeah, sure. Why not?
All right.
You got good steel, right? Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, he
August.
does. Look at that.
Smashed it. Wasn't even a good roll.
Well, the poor
I know, it
orphan
was
kid
good roll.
selling his newspapers for, a cent each is looking the other way. If you're trying to steal.
You saved a cent, dude. That's sick.
newspaper.
Value.
Yeah. Kind of, pinching pennies.
Mhm.
Literal
That's right.
pennies.
Yeah, literal pennies. And you look at it, and on the cover, it does say, giant snake over Arkham. Citizens
Oh
flee
wait, I
in
could have
terror.
bought it. I could have bought the newspaper.
Yes, you could have.
God damn it.
Yeah, but you stole one. You saved a cent.
Yeah, you saved a cent.
Yeah.
Come on
What's the
now.
point of having a good steel set if you're not going to steal everything?
I got money.
I mean, the kid who's selling them is probably not going to be able to make his daily quota.
I like the part where the murderer thief said, "I had money," and felt bad about taking a fucking newspaper. That's my favorite part of this campaign.
I have morals.
But the
I
thing
like the part where the killer said, "I have morals." That was my favorite part of this campaign as well.
Actually, I'm going to make... Because, Fear Dragon's character can be a little, like, he doesn't seem to really pay attention to the right things sometimes. So you're going to go ahead and roll a... I don't even want to say it's a spot hidden. Just go ahead and
Should
roll
I navigate the newspaper?
an intelligence check.
Okay. Hells yeah.
Got him.
Yeah,
Cool.
75 in intelligence, fam.
All right,
Very
so
nice.
you scan the newspaper. You're actually, capable of reading it and opening it, and then you're looking through the right pages. So you're continuing on page 4, and you're like, okay, page 4. And you see that not only is there the gigantic spread about the actual snake monster over Arkham, that there's also a sizable column on the next page, off of the front page, that says, the Bradley house swears to guard Arkham where police officers fall short. And there's a little blurb that says that the Bradleys released a statement shortly after like 9 a.m. this morning saying that they don't believe in the police force's ability to deal with the the supernatural events that have been happening in this town. That there's been rampant, kidnappings and disappearances, and that the Bradleys will personally oversee their own task force of a sorts to ensure the safety of their citizens, as well as invite anyone in Arkham who would like to feel safe in their homes to attend meetings at these dates and times at the Bradley house. So that's what you find out.
Well, you know what? That doesn't sound at all culty.
No.
I'm sure they're on the level.
They're just trying to look out for the citizens, bro.
Yeah, totally selfless, I'm sure.
Yeah. So that is John Doe's information to keep to himself or not.
I'll share it.
Well,
How's my potato sack hunt going?
You also shared the information about the actual Bradley house. You investigated the door, and then didn't open a window on the inside.
But I know where that door is.
There you go. The investigating of a potato sack is going a little less smooth.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you don't quite
Mama
know
needs
where.
some new clothes.
I mean, where do you just find potato sacks? So go ahead and spot hidden here for the street sightings.
All right, streets. Check the streets of Arkham for your new clothes, Livy.
I thought we were looking at the back of this
Rip.
IHOP.
No, Maynarde, push it.
Push a spot hidden?
Yes.
Livy, I'm pushing a 25% roll.
What's the worst that could happen? You spotted.
He
It's
looks
really
so
close to
hard he gets an
89.
aneurysm.
I roll so hard that I blow a blood vessel in my eyeball. Do you really want? I will push spot hidden for you, Livy. You want me to push spot hidden?
Yeah.
All right, I'm pushing it.
Come on.
Such a
No.
bad idea. You have a 25 in it.
Mama
Okay.
needs to get you back.
Livy asked me to. Livy asked me to. I can't look.
Well, you're looking around, checking for anything that looks like it might be capable of having like a flour sack or potato sack. You actually are looking around so much that you don't look right in front of you, and you trip over a child's like little toy horse or whatever, and you take 1 point of damage.
My God. Just like that.
I thought I was safe. I was like, pushing a spot hidden will be fine.
Bad things happen.
I was like, how can I be punished for looking? Like, how can I be...
What you missed, Maynard, is that ZombieGrub has already used all of her goodwill in keeping Livibee alive.
My dog was pushing a spot hidden roll just a few hours ago. Okay, well, I guess I'll lose a hit point, so I'm on 9 now.
Okay. Would anyone else like to give it a go? Livibee? I mean,
All
you're
yours, Robbie.
somewhat
All
conscious.
spot hidden.
Okay, go on, Fear Dragon.
Nice. How,
Well, you're also incapable of seeing anything.
We are
can I
actually
spot hidden?
all
Can I
the
spot hidden?
worst.
Yes, Livy, you may spot hidden.
Aren't you comatose inside
But
of a
you would
wheelchair?
need you need a hard success to get through your delirium.
Is it purple or green? I can't remember.
You roll the green one.
Okay. Oh no.
Well, easy enough. You all fail. You all fail terribly at spotting a bakery, a grocery stand. Like, you all fail. And now you're just
Yes, you're going in naked.
You're just in the middle of the street looking like dum-dums.
Yep.
Oh no, it's horrible.
Yeah. So now it's like 11:30, and you got a couple hours before you got to meet Amanda. Her house, by the way, is near the river. The Bradley house was also near the river. That's where you guys were all fancy and dolled up. Well, her house is just like kind of down this street, kind of in the rich section of town.
That far from us?
It's fairly far, yeah. So it's like 30 minutes to the hospital from the police station. Police station was like 20, 30 minutes from the house, like if you're walking.
Can we get an Uber?
No, unfortunately. You could grab a taxi if you think you could find one.
Don't be stupid. We're going to have to get a lift.
Yeah, it's a fairly big city. You could try and get a taxi. I don't know how you're going to fit Avocado in there.
Well, how do wheelchair people get around?
An Uber, what was it? Uber whatever that
XL?
is handicap capable.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, what do they call it? No, you can't. You don't have an Uber accessible or whatever it's called.
Can we tie the wheelchair to a string and tie it to the back?
No.
I'd definitely die.
I just realized that you meant that
You're a
with
problem
Livibee
solver. I
in
like
the
it.
chair. Like, I thought at first you were just trying to find out how to get the chair. Like, you could take her out of the chair and put her in the taxi.
I'm not gonna lie. I
favorite.
got 3
This is
hours
my
of sleep
favorite.
last night. I've been holding it together today. I don't know if it's pretty apparent.
And then disassemble the wheelchair to go fit in the trunk of the car.
I think it would.
Yeah.
I think it'll be
Pretty
okay.
good.
So you want to take a taxi to Amanda's house?
Yes, please.
Oh.
Yes, please, keeper.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's see. Taxi cost 1920s.
Oh no.
That's gonna be
It costs-
cheap.
That doesn't tell me anything.
The stupid sheet's probably like, taxis were $50. I'm like, we're not going to Wyoming.
It's like, I don't even trust the sheet anymore.
Amanda's Hawaiian house. I'm like, oh my god.
Amanda's Hawaiian house. The taxi is also a boat.
The taxi turns into an aqua car. That'd be $50 in the 20s. That trip would be $50.
Transport. Okay.
All right.
Air taxis are available? What?
We can get an air taxi?
Cool.
Oh my god, we could have just flown into the mansion last time.
That would have been pretty cool. It doesn't actually say.
Wait, how much is an air taxi?
I didn't say that either. It was just giving...
Asking for a friend.
They didn't give a number. I don't see any numbers, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say that it costs $5. That's my go-to number right now.
Everything's $5.
Everything's $5, including a potato sack.
Oh my
fair.
god.
Yeah, I think it's fair. All right, so you guys hop in, and you are off to Amanda's house. When you get there at around 12, it's maybe like 30 minutes, traffic and all that. You know that you're still a little bit early, right? So what do you do then?
I play rock, paper, scissors with John Doe for however long we need to.
I leave
Probably-
That's
us
fair.
hanging and look for a potato sack.
I feel like you should probably scout the area, see possible.
Are the scoutable areas handy accessible?
She can look around.
I look for
approximately
sniper
270
positions.
degrees. Do you guys
All
want to
right.
spot it? Like,
I'm down with scoping the environments.
okay.
Yeah, hopefully being more careful. Yeah.
All right. Well, in general, what you see when you're dropped off is you're dropped off at the sidewalk, and it's like almost the exact same deal as the Bradleys, except not a gigantic mansion. It's a conservative mansion. Still pretty big house though, and it does have the like hedges, bordering the lawn, which again not as elaborate, but still, you have to take a few steps to actually get in there, and then there is a gate. But it is one of those just what's the word, like vanity gates, like you can push it open. It doesn't have a lock. As for everything else, it pretty much looks like that's just the community that it is. Like the other houses that you see on the other side of the road are kind of the same deal. Some have even fancier ornaments and all that good stuff. All the people walking around look like they're very well off, and there are quite a few just doing their daily things, doing their stuff. And that kind of covers the general look of it. It is a little bit up on a hill, so if you look directly south, you can kind of see that there's a river. The river that cuts through Arkham.
Do we know if Amanda is married or has...
She mentioned that she had a son, but that's about it.
Does the house... Because, like, back then, especially in, like, a rich neighborhood, they'd have, like, names on the mailboxes or something, right? So we could see if there was maybe, like, another name on the mailbox. Especially in 1920s, it'd probably be, like, a husband's name if she had a husband or something.
All you see is what you already know, which is that her last name was Amanda. I got
Phillips.
Gibson. Phillips, there we go, yeah. All you see is that it's the Phillips house.
Okay. Is it a really big house? Does she look super rich?
Yeah. It's a big house. It's like, like plantation mansions, like it's the nice stock standard, like box house with a nice, like elaborate balcony on the second floor. And it's maybe got
half a dozen slaves.
Yeah,
Stuff like that. Cotton fields.
Some topiaries getting cut by some servants, every which way.
That's
but
right,
not
a couple guys getting whipped, but it's no big deal. It's just standard.
In comparison, like the Bradley's house, which is like the house, like you can just see that from far away, is like triple the size of Amanda's mansion.
Okay.
Yeah. So you could probably approximate, that there's like, well, I'm actually trying to guess right now. There's probably like 4 bedrooms, 2 sitting rooms of different types. Maybe there's a cellar. You can't really see that. Yeah.
Okay.
You could investigate further. None of you guys did a spot check for that. Just what you could immediately see. Or you could just wait around.
I'll spot hidden.
Got him.
Okay.
Wow.
Nicely done. So you have a hard success. So you actually see kind of through the cracks in the gate that's just there for ornamentation that you do see there is a cellar door, but it is locked, understandably so. And otherwise, there's not many interesting things to see. You see that one of the rooms has its blinds open as opposed to like everything else. You just can't see through it all. And that's kind of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do?
Is it time to go visit yet?
You probably have like an hour before she expects you.
Okay.
Now,
I forget if Amanda has met John Doe.
she did.
Or
Both
if
of you
I
were
thought-
bodyguards to
Yeah,
Avocado.
we're bodyguards. She might not remember us, but
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe I brought a gift or something like. Whip down to the donut store, pick up a donut or something.
I don't think so.
Maybe give the donut to a kid. I think this will earn some really good brownie points, guys.
Well, then we should pick up brownies, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Brownies, for instance.
Brownies for the kids. Yeah. They'd love that. Kids love brownies.
I was like, I guess that's true. That's what
I guess. Do they have a
specific story I
local-
was thinking of.
I want to argue, but she's right.
Sweet
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. You could try and spot for a place to, find potato sacks.
Are we gonna
again.
pay this? Are we gonna pay this taxi to take us
I
to
mean,
a sweet shop?
We
And
could
then-
also just lace some of the morphine that we have into the to the donuts.
What is that? What is that gonna do? Who are you
Brownie
drugging?
The spot hidden or the morphine in the
Kids love
donut?
brownies.
I'm confused about both.
The morphine and the brownies. Who are you giving that to?
Feardragon just
Oh,
wants to
we're talking about
randomly
the-
drug
I
some
bet
kids.
you can find
Yeah.
other types of opiates as well and bake some opiate brownies and then offer them to Amanda. They're nice for you.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Then we can get her to sign a legally binding contract.
Why is that the first thing that
Ooh.
comes to mind?
Because
Yeah.
we're going to a business meeting.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, you guys totally gonna be something.
Yeah.
All right, let's just go ahead and say that while you all are deliberating, the taxi is is gone off almost immediately after letting you off. So
Okay.
as you're deliberating, someone calls out to you. Someone says "Hey, Amos." And if you turn
Oh.
around, you'll see that the police chief is kind of down the street, not in his
Oh.
police chief gear. He's in a normal citizen's clothes.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Hello, what's up? And he kind of waves everyone over.
Can I immediately roll stealth and not be noticed by the police chief?
No.
No. He's seen you,
Can I
dude.
just pretend like I was another unassociated person walking by that happened to be walking at the same place? But when they stop, I just keep walking.
Feardragon, what is your goal here?
I don't want the police chief to know. who I am.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Okay, let's say that because you all spot hidden, you all were kind of walking around a little bit. So go ahead and roll a stealth check. See if you can respond quickly enough to. Okay, so you were kind of looking around the hedges, and then you notice you hear Amos being called. You looked and you see the police officer, and you're just oh, and you continue walking around the hedges. So you can stealth. You can keep your secrets. Although which one of you is pushing Avocado? It's another
I'll push her
question.
around.
Okay. So Amos and Avocado.
Thanks, Amos.
You're right, mate.
It's nature. Do go over to the police chief. He's so I see you got caught up, I suppose, with that gigantic monster last night. It's looking at Avocado specifically.
Hey, listen
Yeah.
here, dude. Caught up is one way to explain it, but my avocado survived. So could have been way worse. Have you seen a spare potato sack around?
So he looks at
really
you.
helped me out.
Just take it every now and then. I just take a step back and think about if this is a real conversation with a real human being and what.
I mean, he gets one glance at you, and he sees you in your bloody potato sack and your wheelchair, and also your face is a little bit droopy, you can't really emote properly. And he's
and you're like, hey man, you got a potato sack? Shit's fucked up, right?
he just kind of actually ignores you and looks to
Okay.
Amos
Oh
and
my
is
God.
I'm sorry to hear that you're involved in that, but I'm glad to see that you guys are okay. Is she still up to talk to Amanda Phillips?
We hit a bit of a snag, sir, but I'm sure we'll be fine. Avocado may not look like much, but she rolls like a god.
Listen here, Mr.
Then
Police
she's
dude,
a wheelie
okay?
through it.
Can you answer my question or not? You gotta reel in all of your pool at the police station. Get your men on this instantly. We need another potato sack stat.
Preferably before our next meeting with Amanda. It'll help
Yeah.
us out a lot.
He pauses and he's like, Amos, is that actually something that you'll need?
I wish it wasn't, sir. I wish it wasn't going to be something what we needed, but
Oh shit!
We
I thought
can't.
this was just the
It
working-
actually kind of this plot has been massaged to the point where this actually is something that we do actually probably want.
It's like, all
I
right.
told you she rolls like a god, and now we're in a point where this lady is actually expecting her to be in a potato sack. So,
Yeah, all right.
and I'm like looking down. I'm like all like sheepish about it. I'm like, oh my god, this is the world we live in. This is where I am right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he says, well, if that's what you need to convince her that you're still a part of the deal here, then I guess that's where we're going to find you.
Yeah, it better be the fanciest potato sack you've ever seen your eyes.
Avocado,
laid
let's
on.
not push our luck.
You've ever seen it in your eyes. It's working out, though. I mean, you're on working.
The greatest sack you ever did see.
So he says he'll be right back. And about 20 minutes later, he comes back with a fresh... Did you want a potato sack or a flour sack?
Which one looks nicer?
They're
Which one
both
is
sacks,
softer
Livy.
against the skin?
Good question.
They're both sacks that contain stuff that you eat.
Do you want a potato on the front, or do you want a flour on the front?
You
Flower
want a
sack.
new design or
Flower
an or the same old design when you meet Amanda?
A
Gotta
new
bring
design
something.
for sure.
Yeah.
Can't be
sure.
wearing the same old rags like I did yesterday.
Yeah. So he comes back and he has a flour sack, and it's a very nice flour sack. And he's like, I got your flour
How sweet of him.
sack.
How sweet of him.
Okay, finally starting to do his job.
Finally.
And he
Jesus.
hands it to Avocado and is like, I don't know how you're going to be able to get dressed in that, but I want to go over the plan with you before you meet with Amanda.
All right, lay it down.
I'm just imagining a wheelchair-ridden
Dude,
avocado.
right? This is. I'm picturing this all in my brain. I'm like trying to, really get immersed here, and it actually just makes me laugh so much. I love it.
Trying to get dressed up in oh my god.
Yep. It's the world we're in. That's where we're at.
We survived a dragon. Now we're gonna do this.
Yeah, and we actually need a potato sack for this person, this human being, for
Yep.
this meeting.
It's ups and downs this campaign, man.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Call of Cthulhu, guys. We're running a dark Lovecraftian campaign.
Super spooky, always scary.
Yeah.
Broad
Exactly.
daylight, woman changing
It's
into
very
a
spooky,
potato
scary. That's
flour
right.
sack. My
Yep.
bad.
Flour sack power.
So somehow you finagle your way into this flour sack.
Yep,
Okay.
and it looks 10 out of 10 smashing.
I'm sure it does. And dispose of your old flour sack. So
It really hugs those curves of yours.
I'm really wondering how that went down, but okay. And then Mr. Meadows here, the police chief, is like, look, here's the plan here, okay? You're gonna go in. It makes sense, I suppose, now that Amos can be your bodyguard, who was in charge of wheeling you in due to an unfortunate accident, or wherever you want to go with it. Approximately 30 minutes into your discussion with Amanda Phillips, my men will come to the door under the pretense of having to ask her a few questions, which will hopefully give you some time to look around more than what was available if you were stuck talking to her. The men really can't get you that long, but if you find any valuable information, please report it back to me. Does that sound good?
Deal's a deal.
All right,
Sounds
then.
good to me.
Good luck. And he kind of walks away. I mean, he's probably going to stick around, but he walks out of sight of the house. You
Sweet.
guys go back. Now you have about 20 minutes to wait. John Doe, what you going to do?
Well, when I see the police chief leave, I guess I regroup.
Okay.
He's
For
got a real
pastime, I play rock paper scissors with Avocado.
Do you tell John Doe the plan? Because John Doe right now isn't actually doing anything. I mean, what is
I
your
just tell him
plan?
that we have a new potato sack and the meeting's still on.
Okay.
Do you
Okay.
like
And I
my new
play rock.
potato sack, John, or what? You gonna compliment me or not?
No. And that's not a I don't compliment her. I respond to her by saying no.
Oh, that's how I took it. That's for sure. Okay, well, I don't know if you guys have any plans, but it is approximately that time, and you are supposed to be going up to the door right now and ringing that doorbell.
It's okay.
All right.
Don't want to be tardy to the party.
So is John Doe following you,
Yes, John Doe comes.
All right. Okay, so you're
come
like
on.
a second bodyguard.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Yeah, we're still the bodyguards as far as she's concerned.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys walk up to the door and you knock on it politely, and Amanda herself answers and says, "Oh, so lovely to see you. What happened, Avocado?"
Oh, Amanda. I was thinking about you. I missed you so much. I was on my life was flashing behind my eyes.
But before, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was
I don't mean to interrupt, Avocado. Please continue. You're doing great. You're doing great. Keep going.
Only, I could see Amanda's face just one more time. And now I've been granted that second chance. I missed you. How you been? Good to see
This
you.
doesn't actually. This doesn't answer a question, but yeah, go on. No, continue. You're doing great.
She's like, "Oh, I
Livy's just losing his shit. She actually asked what happened, but you were just like,
I want to say
she's like, what happened? And you're like, oh, you're so cool, and I missed you. It's like, but what happened though?
Oh man, it was a rough night, I tell you.
Is she okay?" And she looks at Amos. We can reschedule this
Honestly,
meeting.
I've been wondering that myself since I met her.
Well, if it's
No,
too
to
much,
be honest, Amanda, I'm absolutely famished. Do you think you could whip me up something real quick? Whip me up.
This is definitely how people talk to each other for sure.
can you go
No,
ahead
you're doing
and just
great, Libby. Keep
roll
going.
that
You're doing
that
great.
charm right there to try and convince
Oh.
the lady of the house to make you some food?
Right? It's like, hi, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Invite me in so I can eat your food.
It's a bit of a fail. That's called a fail.
I'm pretty sure you had some maple syrup earlier, by the way, Libby.
Oh, did I?
you had the pancakes, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get that piece of pancake before you took that potato sack off? Because that was
Oh, yeah,
probably cold at this point, but that is food, technically.
Yeah, good nutritional value on that one.
That's right.
Totally. So you failed. Amanda goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't really cook. If you could do this perhaps another time. I feel like maybe you're a little sick, or I'm not sure, but I don't know if we should really be talking business in your current state."
Oh, I mean, we should definitely talk about something, Amanda. Like, your hair is kind of needs a little work to it. Do you want me to come in and check it out?
First,
Today is not what I thought today would.
Oh,
you
man.
ask her to make.
I'm just sitting here like, whoa!
I was.
We're gonna talk styles, Amanda.
I feel like I'm on a roller coaster called Human Interactions, and it's just going down and it never goes up again. You know how normally you go like up a roller coaster every now and then it goes down, but it's actually just plummeting and it never stops. It's like
Oh
there is
my
no
God.
ground.
We're in drop
Okay,
zone.
I think this is a
We're in the drop
persuade
zone.
roll. Can you go ahead and roll persuade?
Persuade? Okay.
Jesus. And I can't even jump in because it's like
no.
we brought you out of fucking hospital for this. Stop being an insane person.
This bridge so hard.
Oh my God.
You're meant to not be insane anymore. You fucking died and got 3 hit points back. You're not insane anymore. You don't have to be this way.
Oh no.
Oh no. A 75. We broke her. She's broken.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
no.
done with her good rolls, man. So Amanda at this point is no longer at all charmed by your.
We've
Yeah,
lost her
wait,
now,
wait,
Livy.
Wait, I should push it.
Oh my God.
You're pushing a persuade? What's your persuade? Hang on. Wait. wait. What's your persuade? What is it?
45.
45? Oh my God. I mean,
Should we
All
push
right.
it?
You know what? This bridge is already burned.
you know what?
Fails.
You've burned this bridge, and you are going to push for this fucking roll. You've
Amanda,
burned this bridge.
Listen, I'm feeling a
You've
little
burned this.
dizzy. Do you think I could just have a glass of water real quick? Let's just sit down and talk about this.
We're not here for water.
I mean, you force it. Gotta roll it.
Best friend out, you know?
Oh,
Oh no.
Alrighty then. So, after
Like me.
not answering her question, asking her for food, telling her her hair looks stupid, and then desperately trying to steer the conversation towards just letting her have a bit of water,
It
please,
hurts.
sir.
It really
Can I
hurts.
have some
Wow.
more?
Without the desperation.
Oh boy.
Amanda
we actually,
says-
there was just zero reason for this. Oh my boy. Oh my god. This hurts.
I can't believe
My
this is
bodyguard needs to use the
going so
bathroom.
poorly.
Amos, quick.
Oh my god.
Getting into a house isn't the goal. That was never the goal here. We're not breaking and entering. We were invited. This was a meeting. We were meant to talk about business. Getting through the front door is not the success state in this scenario, Livibee.
We just need to get in. Maynarde, get in.
So that's what. Oh, that's perfect. Thank you, Livibee. So that's what you start muttering. You just start like, we have to get into your house. Please, we have to get in.
Oh my god.
We need in.
And Amanda is just like,
How many bullets are in my gun and how many times can I shoot myself?
I am sorry, but I do not wish to. You are just too crazy. This is not worth it. Goodbye. And she like slams the door in your face.
Great.
Oh no.
Wonderful.
Okay, so do we go back to the hospital and try?
Awesome. Where was the other thing we could go to? Let's get back in this cab that we spent money on.
I got this new outfit for nothing.
Gonna go back.
Oh.
This ship is gonna work.
Oh.
We're gonna be like, well.
I dressed especially for the occasion. What a Let's sneak in through the back door, guys.
You were invited.
Invited. We were never. We were never. Getting into the house isn't the end goal. It's not how you win this game. Oh my god.
That was a win.
Okay, so what information did we want out of her? Because I know we had this business meeting set up, but this was to set up an like some weird fashion business.
So
What information were we planning to get?
you were supposed to take the time that the police officers were going to give you to snoop around her apartment and
Okay.
find key information because they can't get
This
a
is
warrant.
salvageable. This is salvageable. We just have to break in.
By all
it?
means.
Okay.
I can solo dolo this.
Okay. All right.
Please solo this. I'm at a loss.
This is a big house. I feel like there's gonna be some other doors or windows. I can try and look for locks that I can pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sneak in through the window, Ravi.
By the way,
That's
thank you, Anonymous, for the 5 subscriptions.
Yes.
You're
thank
wonderful.
Anonymous.
Thank you, Anonymous.
Still growing number of subscriptions.
Anonymous.
Oh, it's still going.
you. Yeah.
Oh my god, ZombieGrub, our world champion, Serral.
That's so funny, dude.
Serral.
As if she wasn't charmed. Offered her a makeover. I don't understand. Girls are really hard to figure
Demanded
out.
that she feed me and then water me, and also her hair was bad.
We just showed up and went, yeah, look, fuck, I missed
It's
you,
just
man.
like
Feed me.
watching the like 50-year-old guy in the club try and nag woman, and you're like, no.
You're like, Amanda, I feel like you're being a bitch right now. Let me in so I can eat your stuff.
Yeah, your
Like,
hair's
oh my
really
God.
ugly. So
What's a best friend for?
Your hair's
Oh
really
my
fucking
God.
ugly. Feed me, though. I'm thirsty as well.
Like, wow.
Oh my god, when is Olivia coming to
Oh.
save you guys? Jesus.
She like, it started so well. She was like, what happened to you? And then it all went downhill from there. She just couldn't respond.
So yeah.
You know that holding the oranges meme?
Yeah.
Should be like a bag. If any fan of this show can go out there and just Photoshop a bag that says human interaction on a bunch of oranges and just have a guy like dropping them all. Photoshop Livy on the guy. Human interaction on the oranges. Send that to me and I'll retweet it.
Oh, I'm already on it.
Yeah, please.
Hold all these oranges.
How did I get
Yeah.
so many bad? I got 4 fails in a row, you guys.
I know. What the
The
hell?
fact that you had to
This-
roll in the first place
think-
is already kind of.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't need to roll. You just had to be like, hey, yeah, let's meet about that thing. But apparently that was too hard. So here we are. And oh, yeah. All right. So here we are. We're locked out of a side of a house for one of our leads.
That's not good. It's okay. We could still talk to Orville because he wants to meet
Hang
up
on,
with
hang on.
our avocado.
Hang on, Fear Dragon's got something up his sleeve.
Yeah, I'm gonna break in, and if she finds me, I'm just gonna kill her.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you did this.
You know what? You did this, Libby.
It's my fault.
No, you did this.
You did
Yeah, you
this.
did this. Amanda's blood is on your hands.
Look,
I
Fear
was so
Dragon,
responsible.
proceed. Fear Dragon, proceed. Proceed.
All right.
I actually don't care what happens. I actually don't care.
Door.
Go.
We don't need Amanda, do we?
I need to be right back for a
I don't think so.
second.
I don't think so.
We're just gonna-
I think if we get it, I
We'll
think if we
pause
murder this
here.
person, then this is what happens.
We've
Maybe
not
we-
only broken Amanda.
Look,
we've
ZombieGrub.
broken
Look, ZombieGrub's going to the back of the house now to try and find another campaign that isn't fucking ruined.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because if Amanda dies, this might
Go to the other side of the house. He's like, "Is there a good campaign back here?
ZombieGrub.
My apartment's pretty small, but maybe there's room for another campaign back here. Maybe someone hid one."
Headphones, and she is so done with us that she took off her headphones.
She took off her wildest headphones. Normally she can hear us.
Brought him with her. Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh.
We'll have to ask her when she's back if she found a better campaign back there.
Don't kill Amanda. I think I can salvage.
This is on you, Livy.
Okay,
No, this is on you.
give me one
Listen,
good reason
Bill's
why I shouldn't
a
kill
little bit
Amanda if I get-
emotional. It's fine. She's probably having a bad day. I'll come back tomorrow and
Yeah,
then
I'm sure it's her fault.
over. I'll bring her a donut.
Oh my
You know
God.
why? This all happened because I didn't have a donut. I knew we should have asked
Okay,
the officer for a donut.
Livy, can you convince me that tomorrow's going to be any better?
Oh,
if you
100%.
can, and I
Do you know
find
what?
her, I won't kill her. I'll just
It
knock
will
her
be.
out.
So,
I'll
ZombieGrub, you didn't take your wireless headset back there. I guess it's not wireless today, but we were asking if you found a better campaign back there.
in the toilet. To be honest.
Yeah. You know, the place we dug Livibee out of so that she could ruin everything. Okay. Well, okay. Livibee says that this all went badly because we didn't bring donuts. By the way, that's another update. To Amanda.
Yeah, if we had a donut, I tell you, it would have been a lot smoother.
Look,
Who shows
we
up to
lace-
a meeting without a gift? That's
if
on
we
me.
Lace that donut with some of the morphine. I think that Amanda may have actually been okay with that conversation because that's the only way I could have seen that. coming.
You know what? Yes, I think so.
Hey, Ravi.
Yeah.
Let's be an E. Let's be an E. Get in there.
Yeah. I said I'm looking for windows or back doors.
Okay.
Looking for openings that seem windows preferred because I can see through and see if I'm about to walk into a trap.
Okay, so you are trying to find a window you can open.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, go ahead and spot the dog.
Oh, I have to roll. Wow, I never
Nice.
see those.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you walk
Good start.
outside,
Nice.
you see that it's like 5 windows across and like 5 windows deep. Okay. So as you turn the corner, you see that the third window seems to be not locked.
Oh, I have no problem with fine. Okay, well,
No, well,
I guess I didn't first for, but
seems
yeah.
to have a lock. Let's say that.
Oh, has a lock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get that info. Deets.
What is a window that doesn't have a lock? Why is that harder?
What?
What?
Never mind. Whatever. Okay, we'll go with the window you gave me. Okay, and that's not on the 3rd floor or something. It's on the 1st floor.
It's on the 1st floor. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'll go stealth my way over and see if I can look inside and wait
Okay.
look for an opportunity to jump in.
All right, as you go over to look at it, it's got like half of it's like it's 2 drapes and one of them's kind of pushed off to the side. So you can kind of look in and you see that it is a like drawing room. It's like a sizable room with no one in it right now and has like a desk and a little place to sit and a nice little couch.
Okay. Let's go in.
Okay, lockpick it.
Boom.
Whoa. All right.
Wow,
Ooh.
really make it up for some stuff, huh?
Making progress.
Yeah. So you go ahead and pick the lock silently, and are able to open it. It is a little awkward to get into, right? Like there's like the what's the word? There's like the brick layer on. Shit. Words are hard, guys. There's like the the brick foundation. There we go. It's about like 2 feet high, 1.5 feet high, and then there's the paneling of the house, wood panels, and then probably about like chest height is where the window starts, a little lower than
Yeah.
chest height, I guess. So you kind of have to like yourself up over there. But you're totally acrobatic. You've never failed an acrobatics roll before, so let's just assume that you get in there all nice and silent, like.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. And it is just a carpeted floor, tons of carpet, so you land pretty softly, and now you're inside the house.
Awesome. And we wanted to snoop around and see if we could find information on what part of Amanda was the police chief asking for again?
She was looking for he was looking for connections to. Hold on. For connections to. Hits. He was looking for connections to deaths that were happening, and he thought that Amanda might be a part of them.
Okay. I think, and the room I'm looking in right now is kind of like a living, like chill space.
Yeah.
Living room, chill space. Okay. I'm gonna try and very quietly snoop around and see if I can find something that looks like an office, or maybe like, I think office is where like people keep like a ledger or something, right?
Sure. Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. I'll try and snoop around, and if I hear someone coming, I'll quickly hide.
Okay. Thus, the minigame has begun.
Oh lord.
Oh boy. All right.
Ooh, wait.
So,
This is what I dumped points in
Ooh-wee.
this for.
okay. So here's how I'm going to do things, right? So, do you look in this room, or do you start looking around for just the office?
I think I just look around, like for the office. I'm not expecting a whole lot here.
Okay, so you exit that room, and as you exit, you go into the. So the way that it's shaped is that there's like a center room. Maybe I can actually draw this for once. I mean, it's just boxes. How hard can they be? I've already failed. Forget everything. Whoop. Whoop. That's not actually.
Oh, I just had the sickest idea.
Oh, here we go.
Mhm.
Window.
I'm not sure how warrants work in this day and age, but the police chief doesn't have a warrant to go search.
Right? Yep.
What if from within her house I dialed 911? The police would have legal rights to enter, right? And look around. If I
I'm not
reported, like,
sure
a
if that's
hostage-
true. They could knock on the door.
If I reported a hostage, because I know how it works in like modern day, but I don't know how it would work in 1920s. If you reported there was a hostage situation, they would go check things out, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but all they could do is knock on the door. I mean, what if someone just prank calls that you're like, oh, I'm in Amanda Phillips' house. I'm trapped. And it's not like they
Isn't
have
that the whole
tracing.
problem with all the swatting stuff with streamers is that people say there's a hostage situation, and then they just break down the door.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works in the 1920s though.
Well, I feel like because it's not.
Ooh.
Oh wow. Well, yeah. Okay. So
Right,
apparently
yeah.
911 didn't even exist back then.
Oh
Not
shit!
for another 40 odd years, mate.
Oh shit!
I mean, there must be some way to call police, but maybe it just wasn't 911, right? But let's say they don't even know how to call the police. Because it's Amanda Phillips' house, they'd be very apprehensive to actually like be like, police barging on the door. They'd still
That's
knock
fair.
on it.
Okay. I'll go with plan A, which was my original plan. Stealth around, look for the office.
Okay.
Gotta find that paper trail.
It's definitely a BR.
And if you run into rich, fat stacks of cash, maybe swipe that too.
There's the nice little
I might be able to take you to a human interaction school with those fees.
thing. Harriet.
Listen, listen.
No, please.
I just survived
Argue what went wrong there.
Death. I just survived death. Okay. I just went to the afterlife and I came back. Like, I've lost all of my lucky charms here. Oh,
Certainly
man.
have.
It's going to take
Sucks,
some time
man.
to recover from this.
That's okay.
Feels
I think I
badly.
have your lucky charms now.
Is there no erase button here?
I think John stole it.
Erase?
Erase button for this wonderful drawing I can see. on the
Yeah.
screen.
It's really nice.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. So I can't find an erase button, but I didn't mean to put like a square as if this was this is not actually closed off. You'd be capable of going into this room right from the door. So these are like hallways. Right now you don't know much else about the house. As you exit the door of the study, you get put into the hallway and you hear Amanda probably just like reading, like she's not even actually, I'm not even sure you would hear her. You know what? Yeah, you know what? No, you wouldn't. You'd have to at least listen for that to know where she is.
Okay. That would definitely be something I would try and do.
Okay, so roll listen.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Oh, no.
Okay. Let's not push rolls on this. Okay. I think I would try to keep an eye out for like open doors or something to get a sense of whether or not maybe Amanda was inside of one of those. I would feel like open doors actually would probably be easier to look into.
You could also just wait till the police ring on the doorbell. They're still doing that, right?
No, I did.
know
Oh, but
that.
you know what? If I called the police and they came to knock on the door, I would know where she was.
Yeah, and then you can
Really
avoid that.
should have just coordinated you guys to like go knock on the door. It's a little late for that now.
I mean, I could always get that police dude to grab a donut real quick and then come back to the front door with a donut, an apology donut.
But I'm inside and
try
we can't
again.
really coordinate right now.
Yeah, you
It's
guys
true,
can't.
but I still was thinking of doing that. So maybe I take it upon myself to come up with the idea to help you out.
Okay.
Do you actually
Can
have
you
enough brain
metagame?
power to do that?
Well, Amos suggests it.
Amos, did you think to knock on the door?
No, I actually didn't.
Okay, then.
I'm holding a wheelchair and just still dumbfounded about the events of 10 minutes ago.
that doesn't happen then.
I'm just holding her wheelchair stunned. She could probably be talking to me. I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't understand because my head is spinning.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
no hope.
I'm incapacitated by dumbfoundedness.
Okay. Well, I think that I like gradually make my way down south, I guess, toward this other room. And
Okay.
I see if there's like an open door over there. And if there is, I kind of try and like quietly peer through it.
Okay.
See if there's inside.
So what's really interesting about this door, this place that you were in now, right? Is that the two windows were totally, you could not see through them. The blinds are totally shut. And then as you approach the door that's here, you see that there is a gigantic padlock on it.
Lock picking.
You need a hard success for this one. Holy shit!
Whoa!
Oh! Oh, okay.
All right.
All
All right.
right.
Yeah, he's got it.
Things are looking up for John Doe here. They've traded powers, man.
Yeah,
Dude,
right?
this is the run. This is the run right now. I'm starting to believe.
Okay.
I was worried, but now I'm a believer.
Ooh, this is gonna get interesting. All right then. So, you open the lock, silently enough that no one hears, and you enter into this room. Now there's a really weird looking room, right? So you entered into it, and in the corner of the room was actually a spiral staircase that goes down into who knows where. The rest of the room has, like paraphernalia. Yeah. There's a lot of the symbols of the cult that seems to follow you everywhere. There's statues and paintings that you recognize are probably done by that carbuncle guy, or well, you're actually not sure, but it's like the same theme as all these like monsters and grotesque figures. And that's about all you see in the immediate glance.
Damn, I really, really didn't want her to be a part of this whole cult thing. I was really hoping this was just like some weird sex dungeon or something. I just walk out.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, she's got a sex swing.
Yeah,
When
you
you
know.
keep saying paraphernalia,
Marital aids. Yeah.
Well, shit. Well, guys, once again, I'm at the fun impasse of, okay, do I go through the creepy area alone that I've stuck into? Or do I
Dude,
go
you're
back?
already so deep. You're going to roll this well and then pull out? Pussy.
Okay.
Go down there.
I think I at least
Let it
look
ride.
around on like on this level before I go down the staircase or something. I try and see if I can find some sort of like documents or anything that would very directly tie her involvement to this cult.
Go ahead and spot hidden.
Well, that's not going to go well. Yeah. Those never go well.
Okay, so you do immediately notice, like, you notice all the paintings and the sculptures. They are on a desk, which has cabinets, which you don't need to exactly spot hidden to see. So you can go ahead and open. Go ahead and roll a d6.
Something bad's about to happen.
Interesting. Okay. So you open up the first drawer on the left, and you see a bunch of papers collected inside of again, one of those like accordion notebooks type things. Very fancy like. And as you go into it, you start perusing through the little individual folders of the folder. And you see a common theme. You see dates and letters to something, but like official letters, right? They're nicely all typed up in proper formatting and stuff, alongside dates. And then a couple of pictures as well of young children. And that's what your immediate glance tells you.
Okay. I pocket that. I keep that. And I go take a very, 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 and I need to stress this, very cautious look down the staircase. Literally just trying to get a sense of what the room down there looks like. If there are lights,
even the room.
I avoid turning them on if I can.
Okay. So it's a spiral staircase that's made out of metal. It's like clearly it was added in a later date. Even the way that it goes, like the entrance into the room is also like crudely like tacked out. Like this wasn't really supposed to be part of the original cellar. And you see just that it's a room. It's really not that large, about the size of the room that you're in right now. So just like directly below it, and doesn't really look that dangerous. There's a light on the wall that you didn't, switch on or light or whatever, and that's all you can see.
Okay. Do I notice like a desk or anything, any furniture in the room?
So you notice there is a desk and a chair, and there's also a painting that's you can't really make out, and just a lot of that's what you see. You can't really quite see into the back of it, right? Because you're kind of like looking down, and in your scope of vision's kind of, what the fuck is my cursor? Would be like doing this thing if it was like in the room. So you can't really see what was back here.
Okay.
Nailed
I
it.
think I turn on the lights then if it looks normal.
Okay, so you flip on the lights, and then something attacks you. Just kidding. It's actually nothing. So, you can go
See,
down.
the thing is, ZombieGrub, when you say that, that actually could happen because you're in
Oh, I-
charge.
Did?
I mean, just something out of nowhere. Like, it was
I
actually
was
hiding
so
in...
worried for a second there because I thought you were actually making.
Yes,
I
same.
mean, you couldn't see behind it, so, who knows? No,
It's
you don't...
Cthulhu, and he's super mad.
Hey, Superman.
Congrats, you found the end game.
So, once again, go ahead and spot hidden.
Attaboy.
Okay,
Ooh,
interesting.
really?
All right, so you see that it's another desk. This one is a lot messier than the one upstairs. She clearly doesn't, care to make it even look like it's not full of crazy thoughts, basically. So what you missed behind you as you kind of come down the spiral steps, and now you're gonna be able to look left, is that there's like basically, the crazy person type of drawing thing. That meme from like It's Always Sunny, like that was basically right behind you, and there's like pins marking different locations of a United States map, and there's also a map of Australia that's kind of like tacked on to the bottom right, and then like a map of like Antarctica like kind of tacked onto the top. Like she doesn't have a world map, but she's clearly interested in those places, and there's like a lot of different notes and whatnot on top of the map. And then you see that the painting that you really couldn't make out initially is actually of a young, like a teenage boy, like maybe like 12, 13 age. And it's just a nice painting of, you're not really sure. And then you see that there is the desk that has more information in it. So, would you like to do?
Before looking at the desk, I try and read some of the notes or something that exist on the board. Like, see if what those.
Okay.
I can make any sense of like a general theme of what this thing is about.
Yeah.
This collage.
Go ahead and just, can we wipe the board somehow? I know there's a way to wipe it. Clear drawings. Gone with you. And then we're going to make this nice little painting here.
Ooh.
So yeah, there's like the Antarctica map. Antarctica map.
An Antarctica map.
Well, I wouldn't draw it first. I don't know
That's
what
what
I was
Antarctica
doing.
looks like to me.
Ants. That's Antarctica. Then there's the American map, and then there's like tiny little Australia. And what you see on the Australian
Yeah,
map,
she draws Australia.
it's a box. That's what I think Australia is.
Oh.
What you see on Australia is like dots, every which way, pinpointed. Then like tied to a string is we're in a room actually. Tied to a string is a picture of a young woman, faces and a baby, and question marks on top of it. And then on America, and let's say this is, West Coast, and this is East Coast, and down here is America's wing, Florida.
Ameriwang.
And yeah, you see there's a ton of dots over, basically where you are, Massachusetts, right? And then a couple dots in the Midwest, a handful up in New York. No one cares about Florida, so there's nothing down there. And then in California and kind of more along the West Coast, there seems to be a lot more. And then there's also a big old, hold up here. Maynarde, where's your family from?
Shh. Hang on. Hold up. Pretty sure I'm from Arkansas.
I think
Just to
you
make
are
sure.
as well. But where's your dad from?
He is
Totally
California.
From Arkansas.
Why not Arkansas?
America, explain.
Okay, so we're gonna say he's
Yeah,
from
he's
California.
he's from Arkansas. I nearly said it right.
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Well,
Okay.
Arkansas is like down, like here, because this is like
No,
Texas right in the middle.
I am born Arkansas,
Mm-hmm.
but my pappy is West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the pappy has got California, is where a lot of the dots are, and then a few in
Ooh.
Arkansas, and then a couple over and pretty basically everywhere. Like a lot of points, but the centralized like dots are in the East Coast, Massachusetts, California, and then a sprinkling everywhere else.
Yeah.
But then there's also a big old line drawn between the two of Arkansas and California, and an X in Arkansas.
Ooh.
Okay.
Livy, are you practicing saying Massachusetts?
She's getting ready.
You know I am. I'm staying out late, practicing in the mirror every night.
Jesus.
It's a 20-minute
I
exercise
guess
before she goes to bed. She brushes her teeth and she just looks in the mirror and goes,
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
I definitely look closer at the Massachusetts one and see if there's anything that I recognize.
Okay, yeah. So for Massachusetts, there is a dated newspaper clipping from. Hold on here, guys. It's all coming together. I'm doing the thing. Oh, crap. What year was this in? I got it. 1928. So it says 1901. And it is just a newspaper clipping of about a baby that was found abandoned. It's a very, very small news clipping too. Like obviously it was of not great importance to the town.
Okay, do I see any newspaper clippings for the only word that can come to my mind is Burbank, but I know that we're not in Burbank.
Arkham.
Arkham? Oh. Yeah, so Arkham has a lot of dots on it, but actually you don't see anything attached to the board.
Okay. Let's take a look at the desk.
Okay. So you go over to the
Oh,
desk.
actually, sorry, really quickly for the Australia thing.
Yeah.
That one photo that you pointed out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna actually take that.
Okay. Sure. It is that, kind of stereotypical, like,
And
1905 or something like that picture was
I'm
taken.
also gonna take or look at because I know Amos is from Arkansas, right? I probably know from his accent.
Maybe.
Accent, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my accent's kind of all over the South, but I'm meant to be from Arkansas.
You know what? I'll say that I don't know 100% Arkansas, and I'll say I just look at the board and look for something in the South, and I take a clipping from there that looks interesting.
There's not actually any clippings from in Arkansas, the South.
Okay, never mind. Then.
There is a clipping there's a couple clippings of Australia of like talking about like the pioneers of the West Coast and the Wild Wild West, and who makes money there and stuff like that. It seems like a business interest.
The baby one and the wife is fine, so I take that one.
Okay.
Okay, and then I go to the desk, check it out.
Okay. So the first thing you see on the desk is just shipping logs that have been opened up, and it's not really anything too interesting. It just says like, oh, this has been going to the Bradleys own a bunch of different franchises, so you would recognize some of them as belonging to the Bradleys. So you figure out that like, oh, okay, so she's obviously helping the family with some of its logistics. And then there's once again like it's actually even like a roll top board. So you could open up the roll top, you could check out the desks. That's kind of it.
I look for like two 1d10s on the roll top and see if I can find some that are a little bit luckier than Livibee or Livibee today.
Okay.
What is a roll top board?
Oh, it's like I like my parents used to have one. The only reason I know, but like the really old-fashioned desks. Sometimes they'd have a way of enclosing the desk.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's like you ever had like a bread box or something like that?
Yes, an unassembled one right now.
it's kind of like that.
They
but
usually
in a
have like some
desk.
kind of door that you roll up.
Oh,
It's like a
okay.
roller shutter for a garage,
Yeah.
but for a desk.
Okay. I don't want to overstay my welcome. I'm gonna take the shipping logs. I'm just gonna take them with me, and I'm gonna bounce. Get out of here.
Alrighty
Is
then.
your building being evacuated, CG?
No, I'm pretty sure they're just yelling to make sure that we know it's hot outside.
Oh.
Because
I
happens
loved
every
how
so
Korea
often.
kept doing that. They're like, "Hey, it's hot." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, I know."
Yeah. Also, occasionally there's like a couple of like crazy like religious people. A loudspeaker. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm heading back out. Cautiously.
Okay, you head up back upstairs. So overall, you collected the big like recording file of notes that you saw and a couple pictures, and then the 2 pictures from the map. Well, a newspaper clipping and a picture is what you gathered. So
I also got one thing from the desk upstairs. I can't remember what it was.
that was the accordion file you got.
Okay, the accordion file. Oh, and then the shipping logs downstairs.
Oh, and you also grabbed those. Okay, so you got 4 things from that adventure, and then you skedaddle back up and are able to escape through the place that you came in. Excuse me.
Okay, sweet.
Any other notes? Anything else?
I lock the doors behind me as I leave.
Okay. Well done. And you escape out.
Why do you want to do that? I'm gonna
So it looks like no. So it looks like no one has been there.
Yeah.
But
a
it's
little
obvious
bit.
someone
I mean, it's
has.
going to be pretty obvious that something happened when 4 things are gone, but especially the shipping logs, I imagine, and the accordion. But
Yeah.
True.
yeah, I definitely would like to leave as little traces as possible.
Okay.
Delay that so we can at least get some distance out.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you meet up with Amos and Avocado?
I look around for the police chief first.
Yeah, you
Make
probably...
sure I don't...
The planned arrival of the police is probably happening, like, fairly soon.
The planned arrival?
Yeah, they definitely told you this plan, and you kind of just, like, skipped over it.
Okay.
So, the plan was that Avocado was going to be in business meeting, and the police were going to show up and ask Amanda questions to give you guys time to look around.
Oh. I thought this was a joke that we were referencing about calling the police.
They told you this plan, you were there for it.
Okay. So they're arriving right now?
Soon. You're not really sure when.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to try to discreetly, like, get over to, like, Amos and Avocado and tell them, like, I picked up some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to, like, hand it over to the police chief yet because I think some of it pertains to us.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll meet up with you guys after this whole police raid. And I just hand the photo of from the Australia clipping to Avocado.
Thanks, Brenda.
And say something along the lines of, like, I don't know if this pertains to you, but this was on a map pinned in, like, Australia. And I assume that's about as much time I have. Do I have, like, 10 minutes or do I have, like, 2 minutes?
It was really hard to judge time when you were in there, so you wouldn't know.
Okay. Can I ask them Do I have 10 minutes or 2 minutes?
Do they have watches? Is that part of their prized possessions?
I don't know. Amos seems like he'd be a man who carries like a
He does, doesn't he? Maybe he lost it fighting the
masculine
monster,
watch.
though. You probably spent 20 minutes in total sneaking around. So you'd have like 10 minutes.
Okay. Then I think I have enough time to just explain the stuff I found
Okay.
and like briefly show them as much of a look as I got, I guess.
Do you show Amos the accordion file?
I do. I do not show them the Boston Baby.
Okay. Well, Maynard, your character takes the file and searches through it just like feardragon's character did, except that you stop on the... Hold on here. You stop on the T section. It was alphabetical. So you stop on T and you see that there is a piece of paper. That's the official type piece of paper, as well as some notes, as well as some rough sketches. And it tells you that Amanda was the one that ordered a hit on your son.
Oh, shit!
God. Whoa.
Fucking skank.
Whoa.
Now can we go back in and kill her? Oh my god! I should have just killed her.
It should have. Yeah. What? I mean, that's why I was so confident about this whole plan, is because I knew that if it went badly, you just kill her, and I didn't care.
So win-win for you then.
Win-win, yeah. She wanted the hit. God damn.
But wait.
This is quite
hit
the cliffhanger. Are we gonna go with this for a few minutes, or are we calling it here?
Dun dun dun. At the same time,
Is son still alive?
Livy's character can take a look at the picture.
All right, what's the picture? Let me have a look at it.
It's a very old style photograph, like the type that's like very distorted and like, you know, and you also, most you would recognize that to have a picture
3 megapixels.
from, from like, you know, like maybe 20 years ago, or wherever you actually couldn't tell just from the face, but from a while ago to get a picture was probably put some money into that, right? So whoever these are, like maybe a little bit important. And then you flip over the piece of paper and the picture, and on the back it does say, hold on here. It says 1905, like February 1905 or something like that. And then says fled to Australia with child.
And it was a mother and a son, did you say?
Mother and a kid. I don't know if you can... It had a... Okay, let's just say you know it's a daughter.
Okay.
It has a bow on its head.
Okay. Okay.
So I should have
All
told
right.
babies.
Okay. Yep. Is it me?
Is that your
Looks
first? The
similar.
first thing that comes to mind?
That's my first. That's my first assumption. Yeah. I'm like, is this my mom? I mean, she fled to Australia. That's where I'm from.
Just imagine her having this like psychedelic moment.
I
where
hope she's doing
like,
it all out loud. It's only a place that would have had, actually, I don't know, back then, maybe 20 million people.
Does that mean I'm actually American?
Gross.
Oh my god!
It's like, I'm actually American? Yuck. Ew.
But you can run for
Dun, dun,
president
dun.
now. You're a natural born citizen.
That's right. You can get dual citizenship.
I think you have to be born on American soil, though.
Well, yeah.
Well, you were. Yeah.
So-
You weren't born.
Oh
You
yeah,
weren't. You weren't still inside
was
the
like-
lady in the picture. If
I mean,
that was
we don't know this for sure.
that's true. That's true.
you could have been born in Denmark. We don't know.
Avocado for prez. Avocado for prez. I'm starting a campaign.
Yeah, you know what? You get tons of votes. We couldn't even fucking talk to one lady in this house. You would get millions of people to vote for you for sure. Yeah. I like how, also,
Okay.
Livy, as a side note, just like a breaking the fourth wall, I really love how you're taking notes right now so you can throw it all into a fire before next broadcast. Because it is pretty cold in Australia, so it's nice to have some kindling.
The
Sorry,
last
Papa.
I
thing,
have all the notes from all the things.
the last thing that's gonna happen is Maynard, go ahead and roll a spot hidden.
Okie dokie. Um,
By the way, your hair is all shit.
rip. I mean, I don't know why I ever thought any part of it would be a success, but there it
Okay.
is.
So I'll just leave it at
I have
that
one thing I
then.
want to do before the end of the
okay.
day for the campaign.
Mhm.
Like, because I said, I think we should hold on to some of this stuff and look through it before we just hand it over to the police. So I'm gonna say, like, is there
Please
any
aren't here.
you guys think we should immediately hand over to the police, or should I just take all of this with me right now? Because the police don't know I'm involved. And also, if we give it to the police, we'd have to explain how we got it.
Is the manila folder or whatever it is, the accordion folder, is it just pieces of paper or is it like booklet form? Like what is there like books in there or like bound together pages?
Just scraps of paper.
I'm taking the scrap of paper that has the deets pertaining to my son.
Okay, so it'd be
I'm
there
taking
was
that. I'm taking that out of there.
yeah, there was a sketch. There was a more
idea.
official looking letter, basically agreeing upon terms of the hit with no names that you could see. But and
I'm
then
taking that, putting it in my coat.
And how old's your son, Maynard?
He was a little one. I'm trying to remember actually because I'm so fucking.
Is
I wrote my
Avocado
character.
asking, or
Yeah.
is
How
But-
could you kill how could you kill a child?
Right.
well,
don't
Yeah.
I mean, if
I
don't
John
know
Doe mentions that there's like
that
He's
other
fucked up.
pictures of
He's fucked up.
kids and whatnot in that folder.
Yeah, I thought this was just a blackmail folder of, like, when I was told it was a picture of kids, I thought it was just gonna be a blackmail folder for people that they like forced to join the cult or something.
That means
Okay.
Amanda would have known Amos.
I take, yeah,
I
take
don't have an age in here, but I'll say that he was 12.
Flashback
Okay.
to when Amanda recognized Amos and John Doe.
Oh yeah.
I definitely take the everything else though, and I walk off before the police get there. That's, I think, my final action for today.
Okay.
Don't we also need some of this stuff to for because the police chief told
That's what I was
Yeah.
saying. If you guys think we should take,
well actually
otherwise I walk off. That's what I was saying. But
we
we
need
should
we need some of that
keep
stuff for the
most-
police chief.
I think we should keep most of it and give it a little bit.
Need to make photocopies of everything.
Can we?
Yeah, we'll just get to the photocopy, Olivia.
That's
Or
called
maybe we'll let
okay,
Amanda
sketching
go
by
let us
hand.
into his house.
Just whip out your
Yeah,
iPhone
photocopy.
10, Maynard, and let me take a photo of it.
Yeah. I'll take a picture of it and then I'll just send it to like the Kmart print shop and they'll just print it out for me. Get a nice little frame for it for $5.
Yeah, nice.
Do it all digitally. Just put it on a USB stick.
Yeah, save the environment.
That's right.
Okay, I take out the first thing in the accordion folder. Like, that comes up some
The
random
A.
page, and as long as I don't recognize anything of it, and none of us recognize anything of it, that particular page, then I say, okay, give this to the police chief.
Okay. I mean, the first section would be the A section. There's a couple different names in there, different letters.
Hopefully, it looks like a assassination or something dirty.
Well, it definitely mentions the agreement of money being exchanged for the disposal of like X or Y person. So
Perfect. Okay, as long as we don't recognize them, then
yeah.
I give that to Amos and get out of Dodge.
All right, sounds good. That's where we'll leave it, guys. Dun dun dun.
I like that. I like that. It's a good cliffhanger.
I really thought last episode was going to be the most traumatic, episode for a while. I was like, well, they're facing a giant, slithering beast monster. They almost died. Like, surely they'll just be smooth sailings from here. And then somehow, the severest of fuck ups is actually in a very simple exchange of words. Gotta be on
most
your toes,
severest-
It's like, damn.
There's always a way, ZombieGrub. There's always a way.
I can't wait the next time I'm in Sydney where I just shop to your house and go, Livy, I'm fucking hungry and thirsty.
You know what? Like,
Now.
my best friendo. Amanda, by the way, is a fake friendo. Fake.
Yeah, she's fake news for sure.
Yeah, she's faking us out.
Aren't you pretty glad you're not friends with her though? If she's actually a
Yeah, just cultist.
Yeah.
cultist and like baby murderer.
What a twist. What a twist.
I mean, hey, like, don't hate on baby murderers. Look.
Whoa.
Okay, this isn't a great start so far. This isn't.
Not a great start to this.
You know, we make livings off of maybe murdering babies, okay?
What? Is this a joke?
Look,
I don't
I'm just
get?
saying, in my line of work as an assassin, sometimes I get asked to put out a hit on maybe someone a little like younger. It happens.
And
Wow.
and do you accept these said hits?
Is Avocado asking or is Livibee asking?
Official Avocado's asking.
Oh, well then, you haven't heard any of this.
Oh my god. Then I know my answer.
I feel like I'm reminded of like the Brooklyn Nine-Nine scene where he's like, I will kill anyone except kids. Unless that kid is a dick, then fair game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
All right, guys. Always a fun time. Glad we got to the cliffhanger before we had to go. I think next time Olivia actually might be joining us, by the way. So
Oh, cool.
surprise
Yay.
new guest.
We'll have an accordion folder so we can try and find dirt for her.
Oh my god. Yeah, how
Oh my
weird that set up
God.
so nicely. And yeah, we'll get confirmation on that. Unfortunately, I do believe we're gonna have to postpone the 2 weeks one to a third week one because in 2 weeks is Montreal. So
Oh yeah, that's right. It is.
Yeah.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
and
All
some
good.
of us have to leave earlier because we just love the city so much.
Yeah.
Me.
No
I'm going to
spoilers.
be busy that night anyways also.
Yeah, that too. Actually, feardragon is also going to be busy. So, yeah, I think the next one will be on the 12th of September. Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
for most of you guys here, and then yeah, 11th for me and feardragon. Okay, guys, love you all. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for all the subs today as well.
Guys.
Make sure to follow these guys on their Twitters and Twitches and stuff like that. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.